Hello everyone and welcome back to Gloomhaven. Today we will be beginning with scenario 39, playing still with our party of Diviner Cragheart. Over here. Alright, playing with our party of Diviner and Mindthief, and today, after we just played the previous scenario doing 4-player setup with only level 6 monsters, now we're going to go up to level 7 monsters. Yeah, it wasn't as challenging as we would have liked it to be yesterday. So we're gonna go basically to the max difficulty at this point, which is quite a leap considering that, like I said, we don't have any high prosperity items. At the end of the day, we gotta keep it interesting somehow for ourselves and for the video. Oh, good there. Perfect. Start setup. Up. Make sure picking this up well enough. Holders. Cragheart, 6 dark pits. This is an almost entirely one-room scenario. This is a tough one as well. And we're basically just picking and choosing scenarios based on trying to avoid doing boss scenarios at this point, which is not an easy thing to do because there are a lot of boss scenarios lined up. It's also one of the big reasons we're not increasing in prosperity, although it's not the worst. Excuse me, I'm gonna blow my nose quickly. Okay, back. Apologize for that. It's probably going to be happening a little more often today than normal. Days, the allergies just do not want to cooperate. One of those days. Setup. Sorry that I didn't have time to get the setup before. Do some basic. All that. Better piece. Okay. Those dark pits. So in this scenario, our goal will be to destroy the altar. Actually, I don't think we know. Yeah, we don't know the rules for the altar just yet. No, that's gonna be a back room. Get there. Giant one-room fights like this can be quite challenging. We face a lot of monsters all at once. Not typically how we want to do it because it doesn't allow us to, like, you know, kind of separate them, fight them in groups, use choke points, stuff like that. On top of that, we're gonna in a room like this, we're gonna have a fair amount of ranged enemies, which is built for both the Cragheart and the Diviner. We're both much better against melee enemies. Obviously, obstacles don't really hinder the path of ranged enemies very much, especially in this case, ranged flying enemies. And similarly, it's very difficult to use the Disarm Rift on flying ranged enemies that attack from far away. The only real way to get the Disarm Rift on them is to have someone move up next to them and force them to move away from it, but that's not really the Cragheart's approach to combat. Alright. Up here, these traps are damage and immobilize. Alright. Right? Yeah. Okay, correct. There we go. That'll do. Okay, so destroy the altar A. Don't know anything about it. 3 curses for everyone. All of us ignore scenario effects. At the start of every round, ice is strong and fire is inert. Ice being strong every round is good for the Mindthief. That's nice. Alright, what do we have for monsters? Cave Bears, Frost Demons, Spitting Drakes, Cultist, Living Bone. Okay. Fuji's, we're doing max difficulty, and we're up against summoners in a tough fight. Alright. We may have to repeat this one, who knows? If we do repeat it, obviously we'll drop the difficulty back down to 6. But we'll try at 7 first. Oh. Interesting. We're gonna have all these from the beginning. Alright. So we get to do a city event and a road event. We take care of those. Ugh. Gosh. Oh, wait, never mind. We do actually. I thought this was with for class that succeeds. I guess I'm thinking of a different. Anyway, I mean, we did succeed. I thought we weren't going to succeed this. I was confusing it with a different similar thing. Anyway, 5. Ooh, hold on. We're not going to do a road event yet because maybe we gain 5 collective gold. Where do we want to throw that? Probably onto the diviner. I'm most interested in having diviner at this point. All right, so we have 189 gold to spend on the diviner because we were meant to actually take a look at enhancements. Our first thing today, so let's do that. These are the 9 cards that we brought. Can we enhance? So this can't be enhanced at all. We can enhance the range, but that's just not complete nonsense. Especially because we could do like +1/+1 there, which just makes this card a bit better. So we could put curse here, but we're not currently using this. This would allow us to dump 4 curses with a bottom. That would make that bottom very good. It does give us a bit of an issue of running into having too many cards that we want, though. I'll think. All right, so it's best to look at first the cards that we're normally going to bring every time. So again, we can put extra range here. This is so cost inefficient. We can put extra range here, but also really cost inefficient. It's not very difficult to change matter there. Could put something on the bottom here, but we use the top a lot more than the bottom. Like obviously, yeah, we could just put like disarm on this bottom, but honestly, we cost 300 gold, so we're not even close to that anyway. This, there's no way we can even afford to enhance. Here, the top loss. I mean, come on. Enhancement dots on losses, on non-persistent losses, is like, whatever. The crazy thing is some people actually do these enhancements too, but we're not one of those people. So what, we could put another hex on Call of Another. Probably going a little bit overboard. Would also cost 75 plus 50, so 125 plus how much? Let's see. Oh, it was here. So 200 gold divided by the number of hexes currently targeted with the attack. Yeah. We have 5 hexes right now. It's 40 gold there. So we'd said 125, so this would be only 165. We actually could technically afford this. The problem is it not getting a little bit insane to do this? First of all, this hex actually added a fair amount of value. I would say we probably get 1 more target 2 out of 3 times we use this action because of that extra hex, which actually makes it quite valuable. I'm not sure that the next hex is actually doing that. Because of the fact that we can always like twist this anyway, it requires like more like a weirder shape for us to actually get 1 additional target with it. On top of that, again, it is a top that we like play a couple times and then we get rid of most scenarios. I don't think that's really where we want to be. I'm just concerned because there's not really anything else for us to enhance. so we can enhance this. How much are we looking at already? This is 100 gold base. Yeah, we could just put something on this attack. I mean, we always use this half. So that we could add just like a curse to this attack. So that would be 175 gold. Add a wound. I don't think our party needs any more wound. Curse probably makes the most sense. Maybe like +1 attack. I don't think that's where we want to be. So I guess this kind of leaves us, I would say, with theoretically 3 options here. Get out an extra hex to Call the Nether, but I think that's never correct. I mean, I guess we could look at some of our other cards. And this just scales too poorly. We're not even close to wanting that. Enhancing these bottom attacks is just worse than enhancing the move attack bottom. And we can put Bless on this. It just gives 2 Blesses, though, for 100 gold. And it means we have to bring this card, which is so much worse than the Vision. So, I think no. Sorry for the yawn. I even had some coffee. No, I think... Yeah, so I think that basically leaves us with kind of 2 choices. We can either put Curse here, or we can put, I guess, Curse here. This will actually add 2 curses, whereas this only adds 1. This action is easier to use. It's also a higher level card, which gives us an attack, which is nice. This we didn't actually bring. This would, like this plus this, would let us get to 8 curses on the first turn, for example. It's not bad. This gets 2 less curses, but it's more flexible and gives us an attack, which is also very good. I mean, our attack value is almost at +2 from our modifier deck. I mean, it's over 1.5. We're getting like, I mean, rounded up 4 damage from an attack at this point. So what's better, 4 damage or 2 curses? Generally, probably 4 damage. I mean, if you look at it based on enhancement cost alone. It's a really interesting decision, though. But again, the biggest issue is that we'd have to start bringing this again. So if we enhance this and start bringing it again, what can we actually cut? Because we need to cut 1 card now, and then we'd have to cut another card when we hit level 9 as well. So we'd have to have 2 cards that can come out. I don't think I want to cut Protective Aura. Just having a fast initiative is important. Maybe it's not that important anymore. In truth, we only have, like... As of right now, we only have 1 action, which we really, when we do, we really want to go before enemies, which is using Void Snare. Technically, Dimensional Divide. Like, either of our rifts, we really care to go before enemies. But we're always playing this rift with this rift anyway. And then this one also has 23. So this does give us, like, still 8 or 10 better initiative, respectively. But our boots can often handle that. Protective Aura top is also just nice with Dimensional Divide bottom, but this depends on the scenario. Like, in this scenario, for example, with everything hitting for the cultists, 5 damage or more, doing this combo is not very good. We could cut Protective Aura, but then we still have to cut 1 more card at our next level if we decide to bring this back in. What would that card even be? I like this, I like this, I like this. I do like this, still like this. I mean, there's a question of cutting this, but I think it's maybe a bit insane to cut a level 8 card. Have to keep this. And yeah, this is our movement. So I think at the end of the day, this might be a better enhancement, but it's also just really difficult to get rid of this card, I think. I mean, sorry, to bring this card back in and cut something for it. Like, everything we have fits. 9 cards is a tight deck. Thoughts from anyone? I mean, I think I'm going to do this anyway, but do you see something else that I'm missing? Like, is there something else I could be cutting here? I haven't really noticed anything underperforming. I mean, this kind of did underperform. Like, honestly, it is a bit crazy to me that of these 9 cards, at this point, my weakest card probably does feel like my level 8 card. But yeah. I think this is just safer. It allows us to have less of a mess with our deck. Make it easier to make cuts in the future. Alright, so we just have Curse here. This still allows us to use like this plus this on round 1 or round 2. 3 to 4 curses there, around 2 curses here. So we're still looking at 6 curses, plus a bunch of actual modifier attack flips, which is not bad. Let's go with that. So this costs us 10. Yeah, it's level 5 cards, so it's 100 gold. And curse is 75, so 175 gold. Alright, there we go. Oops. We're here, right? So 5, and then 1, 2. That's correct, right? We were 189. Yep, that's correct. All right. There we go. Now we need to set up our deck for this scenario. So the only question, as usual, I mean, is one of these two cards could get brought in. Dimensional Transfer is good here because you got a lot of high value targets, but I guess let's actually set up the room now. I guess let's grab our battle goals first. We don't do that. Oh, no, let's do our road event first. Oh. Got a reward. Ooh, baby. I'm gonna go to Vegas with this money. Alright, I gain 2 gold each. I'm gonna turn on the AC as well, because now that I've got my computer running for TTS, it burns like a wildfire. It's very hot in here. Okay. Sorry, just having a sip of water. So battle goals first. Well, we're never overkilling an enemy. So we have to use our items 10 times total. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we don't even need to get a long rest, although we typically will. We just have to use every single item. Not too difficult. Open a room or loot no money to or treasure over the top. I don't care about check marks. I'll take this one. I'm not going to try to complete it though. One second. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze, didn't happen. Had a blowy nose. It's unsatisfying. Have one or more monsters present at every round, or be at max HP at the end. Again, we don't actually want check marks in the Mindthief. Let's grab one of these. Really only for the diviner that we care about getting check marks still. Alright. So let's take a look at our deck. So let's take a look at the monster setup first. So 4-player setup, we've got 1 elite and 2 regular bears in the front. Okay, Frost Demons, we have 2 elite. Four-player setup's gonna add 1 Drake. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be tough. Going to be tough. A lot of stuff to deal with in this room. This is one of those room designs that I really hate. So we have 4 regular Drakes. Why do I hate this? Because of the cultist setup. Putting 2 cultists in the var back of a room like this, you'll see in a second, with so many enemies in between them and us, means that we just don't have, I mean, most parties don't have any option for preventing those cultists from summoning. So essentially the difficulty of this room, and therefore this scenario, is going to be 100% contingent on, well, in this case I actually can say RNG because we're playing on Tabletop Simulator. If the cultists summon like multiple times before running up, then we probably can't win. And if the cultists run up a bunch and before summoning, then it's much, much easier to win. Really just not the way that summoners should be employed in scenarios. Summoning, I think, has a purpose in Gloomhaven. So I kind of talked about this, or alluded to this already slightly, by saying that fights like this are tough because typically, you know, we want to use doorways and choke points to fight limited numbers of enemies at a time, to CC the ones that can attack, etc. And so Sorry, I've got to blow my nose again. Like I said, it's gonna be rough. I might only do one scenario today because this is actually a bit tough. Life with allergies. Sorry, 1 second. All right, back for now. Anyway, so summoners do serve a purpose. So, I mean, let's use this doorway as an example. So let's say we're going to go into this room and fight. What we're typically going to do... This is kind of dream scenario for the Mindthief, though, especially with Frigid Blade. Yes, the permanent ice is very good for the Mindthief. There's no doubt about that. That I agree with. I'm not necessarily talking about the difficulty. I mean, I don't know how difficult it'll be. We'll see. But my point is that the difficulty is still highly contingent on this right here. This is not really how I like my games to play out. So what I was trying to explain is, if we like go to fight in this room, there's a bunch of enemies. What we're typically going to do is we're gonna have someone like open the door, and then I don't know, maybe go invis on the door. This happens less. We're also a lot of times just gonna like then pull back to here, use some range attacks, draw the enemies up, and then all the melee enemies in the room, there's really only just gonna be one that can hit, and then the ranged enemies will get some attacks. We can also kind of like line of sight them a bit, running around, forcing them to come up, and then fight them on the doorway, etc. This is how we typically are going to approach going into a room, essentially using the terrain and time to our advantage. So the trick of summoners is that they essentially put a clock on you. Because you know that they only reshuffle, with the exception of the Savas summoners, they only reshuffle when they summon. You know that every single turn, when you flip, not only do you have a chance of getting a summon, but if you don't get a summon, you're getting closer to... I mean, you're increasing the likelihood that next turn you're going to get a summon. And every time they summon, they're making the scenario more difficult for you because there's more enemies that you have to deal with. So, this means that if you have this sort of room where you go in here and you have a summoner in here, you actually have to run into the room to try to deal with a summoner. You can't just fight from the doorway. Otherwise, what you're gaining in drawing enemies towards you and taking less damage, you're losing by allowing a summoner to just live freely in the room. So this is the good thing about summons. This is what summons, like how summons kind of warp your strategy, or summoners warp your strategy and force you to do something that you wouldn't normally want to do, and make you have to like plan a different way, which I think is good. I think that is a very good way to use summoners in Gloomhaven. This, however, I think is a very, very bad way of using summoners in Gloomhaven. They're here, we're here. This is, even if we discount the enemies that we'd have to go through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 move. That's, again, assuming that we can jump over anything that's going to get in our way. And these could move up, whatever. Regardless, that's still minimum 2 turns. For most classes in the game, 3. And again, depending on our ability to jump, 3 on average, I would say, even occasionally 4 turns just to get to them. So if they just go summon, summon, summon 3 turns in a row, like, maybe we can do something for the last turn to prevent them summoning, but before that, they're just adding for free 4 enemies into the scenario, and there's nothing we can do about that. Putting something like this in the scenario and making it so that you have nothing you can do about it is just really bad. Like, in my opinion, it's just bad design. Because there's nothing, I mean, to me, personally, less fun than having a problem and not being able to have a solution to it. The idea of like a tactical game is you're supposed to have like problems and solutions, right? You're supposed to try to figure out the best way to handle something. But there's no best way to handle this. The best way is just hope that you get lucky here. I mean, like, theoretically, you can try to get to them sooner rather than later and mitigate your risk. But again, so much depends on what the first 3 cards of this deck are, which is just not what I like the game to focus on. So this is why I really hate the design like this of putting these in the back. And this is completely different. If you put the summoners in the front, and you have like a bunch of ranged enemies back, this is perfectly fine. Like, if there were these 2 cultists right up here, and then like, I mean, instead of the bears or something, then you actually like, you present a real question. So then you can try to CC or surround the summoners so they don't summon, but then you're getting attacked by the ranged enemies, or you try to deal with the ranged enemies and then you leave the summoners. In that case, you had a choice, you made it, and then what happens, it's kind of on you. But here, there's no choice. Like, it's just something is happening, and there's nothing you can really do about it. All right. So what do we need to change? Well, we definitely want push here. That's a given. And the bottom healing is not bad. We're going to be in constant combat, so the out-of-combat heal isn't so good. Get rid of Dirt NATO. That's a given. Probably one more card. Maybe not one more card. I think we want all our other cards. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna take this then and not Crater. Like I said, I do want the push, but I have a lot of push. Should be fine, I think. Okay, Mass Hysteria out. I'm actually gonna put a couple things in here. I'm actually gonna, yeah, I'm gonna switch out Feedback Loop for Silent Scream. So again, I do want push here because of the fact that there are 3 pretty high value traps, and we're gonna have constant access to ice. So this does allow us, I mean, already it allows us to do a fair amount of pushing, but on top of that, it's still late initiative. Like this and Feedback Loop sort of do the same thing by allowing us to go late after Invis. Now 73 is a lot worse than 79, there's no doubt about it. And a move 4 jump is better than the move on Silent Scream. But here with these traps, Silent Scream is going to be good in the very beginning. And this makes it so that I won't actually have to bring Fearsome Blade, which would have been another instance of nice push. And instead I can actually just bring Cranium Overload. Which, again, bringing a big move like this, definitely a good idea, because I might need to make it all the way back to the Cultists. Okay. So I think everyone's ready to go. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Well, I think we're going to do our typical first turn on the Diviner. Things aren't really clumped up for us to do our cursing attacks anyway. And doing some disarm riffs as usual against our melee enemies before they get on top of us is a good idea. If we can disarm all the bears, that would be amazing. So us. We can do push. What if instead of bringing this, I bring Hostile Takeover? But I'm using Disarm Riffs anyway. I don't necessarily need the Immobilize. Problem is I don't have a good top range attack turn 1 or if I use the push. I'd like to do the move push probably just to get this trap sooner rather than later, especially because pushing a bear into this trap actually immobilizes it, so it's not even hitting. But it doesn't, I mean, I can just do Shared Nightmare without an element. Problem is no one can go before me if I go at 7. And if I use the move push, I don't really want to go at 73 because then the bears will have already moved up. Just trying to think here. A pretty tough spot. I mean, us, we're always going to use Rock Slide and Unsavable People. We're always going to bring back Unsavable People using Endurance Push. Basically the same turn we do everything. The first turn we do every single scenario with the Cragheart. Mindthief's turn is more difficult, though. I mean, we can always try to do our classic as well, which is just moving up with Dark Frenzy and attacking with Weakness. Yeah, that's probably fine. I'd like to use the push, but I guess I'll get another opportunity. I mean, I'll have a fair amount of time to use those traps to push anyway. Let's just do our standard turn here. We're going to move up late because we don't want to run up and get hit. Hide behind our Cragheart friend. From here we can do, I guess we can start here. Doesn't really change anything with where we put the second rift. Doesn't change much at least. But I guess this should be fine. There's also the risk of these things doing their stupid AoEs. Us standing next to each other. We can always move. The Cragheart can like move up to here no matter what. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Alright. I think this works. Let's shuffle these up. Let's get going. Exactly. Also unfortunate, the bears are actually going after the Mindthief. Alright. Well, fun. First turn summon. So, no reason to increase our initiative. This doesn't change anything. We go at 13. Where are we going to place these rocks? So the Drakes only have 4 range and they're not moving. At least they're getting this super scary card out of the way. So there's that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I guess this works. So the thing is, I was planning on placing rocks like this, which creates a single spot choke, which is nice. But I can actually do rocks like this, because then I get 2 damage on this bear. I mean, every point of damage counts, right? And then I can just do Rift here and here. Which means they'll all still run in... No, sorry. It would have to be... it doesn't work so well. Yeah, it does, because all the bears will still run through and get disarmed. Yeah, that works. Alright. Is that worth it for 2 more damage, rather than just doing this? Actually, maybe not, because we could also use this bottom with the top of Dimensional Divide here in order to actually get something into the trap. Following turn, if we just Endurance Potion this, because we don't actually need the extra Rift here if we create... Yeah, that's actually got to be better, I think. We create this single spot choke. Problem is then we're not disarming either of these. But I guess that probably doesn't matter too much either. I guess the problem with doing the... Oh, I mean, we can do it if we leave a spot for them to get through, but I guess we don't want to leave a spot for them to get through if we're going to try to use the spike traps. Problem is then the cultists aren't going to move up. It's also bad for us. Whatever. I mean, at this point, the first round summoning, who even cares at this point? Alright, yeah, I think we can do the better alignment and we can just bring this card back and have a higher upside next turn. I think that's probably better. So, on the Cragheart, we gain 1 experience, we create Earth. We're going to use the top of Rock Slide, dropping 3 rocks. There, there, and there. Does 2 damage here. And 2 damage here. Alright, we've got to remember there's also ice. Really sucks that we're not going to get to attack this round with the Mindthief. I'm not going to get to make a top attack at least. Or could we? Is there any way to make that work? If we did do a top attack this round with the Mindthief, then we wouldn't get to do 2-round disarm on the front bear. Because then we would have to actually use the pull to put the bear into a rift, so that it would be disarmed. Is that okay, though? Then the Mindthief can just use the bottom of Reverse Edge to stun it and wound it the following round. So maybe that is fine. We don't get to do our combo the following turn, though. There are a lot of choices here. We'd be missing out on 5 damage from the Mindthief. I think it's probably not worth it, because we get to use the trap anyway in the future. And we get an extra round disarm, which means we don't have to use a stun, which gives the Mindthief more flexibility for a different bottom, like Empathetic Assault, etc. Yeah, no. Alright, we'll just go like that. So we did the damage, and we've got the bottom of Unstable Upheaval as a default move. We're going to just move here. Okay, and then the Diviner's up, so we're going to use the top of Void Snare, place 1 Rift Token on any unoccupied hex within range 3. When any enemy enters a hex containing a Rift Token this round, it gains Disarm. So we place a Disarming Rift there. And then we're going to use the bottom of Revitalizing Fount as a default move to going here, I think. Maybe to here. There's more flexibility. The problem is I don't want to be clumped. But, I mean, we're going to have 2 people clumped over here anyway, so it doesn't change anything for us to be there. Okay. And in both cases, we used Endurance Potion Charge. Get our cards back. Okay. Cultists go. Alright, then we're up on the Mindthief. We're going to use, well, we're going to activate the Mind's Weakness, not attacking anything with it. And we're going to use the bottom of Dark Frenzy. Moving to here, making an attack 3, range 3, targeting bear number 3. Elite bear. Okay, 5 damage total. 6. Frost Demons go. -1 movement. 3 move. 3. Cave Bears go. Only the elite moves here and gets disarmed. The others can't find focus, so they don't move. Spitting Drakes don't move, and they have nothing in range to attack. Alright, so as I said, I'm going to go ahead and use my Rift combo here. Put one of those bears into a Rift. Alright, into a trap. For us, we don't need to stun the front bear because it's still disarmed for next round. We just go ahead and start with this. Bottom. And probably just this on top. Good attack. Getting poison on that elite bear, which has so much health. Good way to start. Ice again, as always. Alright. Then for the Cragheart. Oh, we can also do a bunch of direct damage to the bear using momentum. That's probably fine. We don't really need to do anything else here, like our healing or direct damage. All that stuff doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's just brutal momentum and give ourselves strengthen. All right, here goes. So Spitting Drakes are getting +1 move, -1 attack. All right. The Mindthief's up first. We're going to use the bottom of Empathetic Assault. We're just going to move in place. Strengthened. And then we're going to use the top of Corrupting Embrace. Attacking bear number 3. Yeah, I'd rather, again, mitigate risk. So I'll use the Frigid Blade to consume ice on the first attack. So we make attack 5 poison and then attack 4 muddle. Both advantage. Okay. So our 5 does 10. No, hold on. We had a rolling +1 as well, right? Yeah. So our 6 does 12. We're down to 14. And then the second attack. So it was a 4 +2, so 6. Down to 8. Poisoned. I'm not going to bother placing the muddle because it's disarmed anyway. Okay. Cave Bear goes. These can't find focus. This one goes and just disarm. Frost Demons go. Can't. Oh, the Frost Demons shouldn't have. No, yeah, they move before the bears, yeah. Now they don't move, though. Do nothing. Living Bones also don't move. Now the Cragheart goes. We're going to gain 1 experience and strengthen ourselves with Blood and Force. And then we're going to attack with Brutal Momentum. We will be using the push. So we're making an attack 3, pushing this direction. Attack 3 with advantage, +1 from the poison, so 4. Okay, so 5. Puts the bear down to 3, and then we push it twice into the wall, which actually does kill it. Go. And gives us 2 experience. Okay. Then the Diviner goes. Like I said, we're going to put one of those bears into an immobilized trap here. Well, I guess an double immobilize. So yep, one of the Frost Demons instead. Is that better? Both things can heal themselves. I guess the Frost Demon has more health, so the wound is a little bit more valuable. It's a tough call either way. Sure. Well, regardless, we're going to use the top of Conventional Divide. Place 1 Rift token on any unoccupied hex within range 5. When any enemy enters a hex containing a Rift token this round, it gains wound. I'm going to place a Rift token here. I guess I could place it here and then pull the bear this way. This would allow me to get the Rift token a little bit further up, but I actually don't necessarily think I need it further up. Yeah, maybe further up isn't bad. When I use Ethereal Vortex? I don't know. Yeah, probably. But this only has 3 more health than a bear. I guess these can also do ranged attacks, which a bear can't, and we're limiting the amount of space they can attack from. So yeah, no, it's... And they always have ice, too, so they will use their ranged attacks now. So I'll place that Rift there, and then I'm going to use the bottom of Revitalizing Found, place 1 Rift token, any unoccupied hex within range 3, pull 2, target 1 enemy within range 3 of any Rift token, and pull them toward that Rift token. Alright. So where do we want this Rift token to be? Probably like here is good. Now, it doesn't change much to create a rift wall here, I think, because it's going to be so long until we get a rift back up. Is it not just better to have them be further up? No, I don't think that changes much. And a bear will, maybe both bears will be down. No, both bears won't be down here. But from here, we can still reach the other bear with Ethereal Vortex. This works. All right. And then we're going to pull, I guess, this bear back. No, having this bear here makes it easier to do range attacks. But I guess centralizing them more makes it easier better for AoEs. Yeah, sure. Let's pull bear number 1. So we pull bear number 1 into this rift. So that does 9 damage to it. This one had already taken a bit as well. Sure. Does 9 damage to it, putting it down to 11. And it gets mobilized twice, as well as wounded. Okay. Boltus go, -1 movement, so 2 movement. Good that they're moving at least. Spitting Drakes go. Wish they weren't moving. So they have 4 range to attack from. Alright, gotta figure out their focuses, huh? So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And so then it'll be Mindthief, equidistant. So for you, yep. Mindthief as well. Ugh. Over here. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, it's Cragheart that you target. You. So yeah, you were here, right? 1, 2, 3. So you can't go there. Hit 1 over here, so you would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the least amount of movement you can get to be in range of attack sling. In that case, you can only attack the Diviner. So we have attack on Mindthief, Cragheart, Diviner, Mindthief. We haven't put any curses in their deck yet either. Ugh. Alright, here goes. So Mindthief. Ouch. Oh, we're all getting muddled too. Now that's just a dick move. Stupid Spitting Drakes. Not again. Alright. So the attacks at -1/+1, so 5 damage to the Mindthief. Alright, hurts. So next we had Cragheart. Yeah, Cragheart, Diviner, Mindthief. Cragheart. Okay. 5 damage as well. Diviner. Jeez. Really? And then Mindthief. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult. +1, +1, +1, +0, huh? I mean, the only good thing is we now have 4 modifiers out of their deck, so if we can shovel a bunch of curses in there. So we can hit 4 +2, so we can do 6 curses. Sucks that we're disadvantaged for this round, or that we're muddled. Disadvantage, whatever. Also do the healing on bottom. That might actually be more necessary. What else are we even planning on doing? The Mindthief needs to go invisible. Problem is we don't have dark. I guess we can just use. Oh wait, into our move push here. The thing that sucks about that, we would just be pushing this into another trap, which is like not the least important or most important target. You can move up and throw one of the frost demons into that back trap on the Cragheart. I don't want to use Cataclysm here because I'm disadvantaged, although I guess I'm not disadvantaged, I'm just regulared. Now we don't have Earth either. Going Invis on the Mindthief seems good here, but it just doesn't lend itself very well. Yeah, maybe it is better to just go Invis and be patient with the push. Because going Invis here sets us up for a range attack next turn, which is nice. And what are we attacking with this turn? I guess just this is a top. And then next turn we're doing like this is a top, plus I guess the push, followed by this and this. Double stun. Yeah, honestly this seems like a pretty good sequence of events. Alright, so wouldn't mind healing. Heal will actually be really good on anyone here. But maybe giving curses and doing damage first is better and then healing afterwards. The question is, should I use Call of the Nether or Ethereal Vortex? I guess probably Call of the Nether while there's still so many enemies and they're clumped up. Ethereal Vortex should always hit 3. Right now, Ethereal Vortex, actually, this rift isn't even hitting anyone. So, yeah. Let's go Call of the Nether. I guess let's attack with Seal Their Fate. Okay. The Crag. What are you up to? Massive Boulder isn't bad here. Bottom heal, but I also said I'd like to move up. Because by moving up at least, what, 1? Yeah, then I can compass that Frost Demon there before it gets any closer. At the same time, they have 4 movement. Yeah, I would take it out of range of being able to compass it into a trap. So I probably should run up and compass. So in that case, yeah, probably just early initiative. It's a shame because I'd like to use a bottom non-move action here, but and then I guess a massive boulder here does give us a lot of direct damage and set this up Earth to do a Cataclysm next turn. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Alright, I mean, we've got hope from a reasonable turn from them here. They're not in a great spot. Okay. Wow. Look at that. I mean, this is fine, right? You can't really ask for better than that. I mean, obviously, we could have hoped that they would do, like, their non-attacking action or something. Maybe them as well. Maybe even them as well, something like that. I don't know. But regardless, having them across the board +0, +0, +0, +0, +0, +0, etc. is pretty good. Okay, so Mindthief's up first. We're going to use the bottom of Phantasmal Killer. We do a move 2. 1, 2. We need to move a bit more. We certainly want to be hitting a Drake. We also want to be in a position to push into this trap afterwards, which I guess probably means going here is good. I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, let's just go up to here. And we have to use our boots no matter what, because we need to get next to an enemy. So we're going to go up to there, doing this. So our loot doesn't do anything. We gain Invis, create a dark. And we're going to use the top of Cranium Overload, consuming the ice, which is always there, to simply make an attack 6. We're going to target the Drakes. Basically, the Drakes are easily the highest priority to kill here, because once the Drakes are dead, I mean, there's still the summoning issue, but still. Killing the Drakes eliminates a ton of incoming damage that we can't really prevent, whereas with our obstacles and our rifts, we can so easily prevent most of the melee enemies from attacking. Okay, so we'll target Drake number 6. Okay. So 8 damage to this Drake, putting it down to 8. So our attack was 6. Oh no, sorry, 7 damage to this Drake, putting it down to 9. Okay. So then next up is the Cragheart. We're going to use the... Oh, we put ourselves in a spot to take 1 damage, huh? I guess we can just Massive Boulder here, though, instead of here. That's fine as well. We also want to deal damage to the Drakes a little bit more, so... Okay, so the Cragheart is going to use a healing potion here, because the Cragheart's going to take a bunch of hits, so we need to be prepared. We're going to use the Bottom of Unstable Upheaval as a default move 2. 1, 2. Unfortunately, now we can't get this coin. Since we need to move to here to hit this one with Massive Boulder. I think that'll be fine. Okay, then we're going to, before we forget, we're going to use our Doom Compass. And it's better to use this trap first rather than this trap, because this trap's closer, it's easier to push something into it. So we'll just move the front Frost Demon into this trap. Mobilizes him. And he takes 9 damage. 16. The Frost Demons actually have 4 movement here, so if we do go here though, 1, 2, 3, this will actually get to hit us. Maybe we should actually use our boots going to here. This is why it was so much better to stop here. Maybe we should stop, we can stop here and just accept that the Mindthief takes 1 damage. Damage can matter. I probably should have just had the Mindthief go here, this was stupid, but oh well. Otherwise we use our boots and we go to here. Then this Frost Demon can't hit us. We can still hit here. What's the Diviner doing again? Oh yeah, just first cleave. Yeah, and then the Diviner gets to go there, which is nice. Sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and use our boots. I'm not sure how good the boots are going to be here anyway, so. We use our boots, moving on save upheaval. Now we're going to attack with Massive Boulder. Create Earth. Make an attack 3, range 3 with 1 splash, targeting Spitting Drake number 3. Okay, so 4 damage there. And we get 1 splash on everything nearby. Leave that muddle on there because it's coming again. Alright, Cultists go. Freeze. Diviner's up next. I'm going to use the Bottom of Sealer Fate as a move 3. Ordering doesn't matter too much. I think it's fine to do it like this though. 1, 2, 3 to here. And then we use the attack 2, range 3 curse. Targeting. It actually is a shame. Yeah, we're stupid. We are stupid. That's annoying. We actually should have had the Cragheart stop here, just hit here. And then we could have actually used the net from our bottom, our net item with our bottom attack, and mobilizing this bear, preventing it from attacking as well. This would have actually been better. It was a bit dumb. Oh well. Alright, so anyway, we're gonna hit a Drake then. So we're gonna make our attack here again because we just want to try to eliminate these Drakes as possible. So attacking Drake number 6 with an attack 2, range 3 curse. Fortunately, this one is going to be disadvantaged. There's nothing we can do about that. Well, there's nothing we're going to do about that because we'd rather have the goggles on our AoE. Okay, so we get just 2 damage here, putting it down to 7 and giving them 2 curses. Alright, then we're going to use the top of Call of the Nether. So as an attack 0 curse, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to shape the hammer like this. So we hit 4 enemies here, which is nice. Like I said, so if we, yeah, it's 1 target here. If we hadn't had that extra hex, we would be able to hit 3 targets here, but not 4. Like I said, I would say 2 out of 3 attacks, that extra hex does add an additional target, so I think it is a very good enhancement. Okay, I guess we'll do 1, 2, 3, 6. So bear 1, bear 2, Spitting Drake 3, Spitting Drake 6. Might as well use our power potion here. The more damage we can get, the sooner the better. I mean, it sucks because this isn't actually an advantage attack, so we can't miss, but still. So we're going to use the goggles to negate the muddle disadvantage, and so this ends up being an attack 1 curse. So, like I said. Bear 1, bear 2, Drake 3, Drake 6. Gotta trust in our modifier deck. Okay. So 4 damage here and curse. Ooh, okay. Don't mind a muddle there. 4 damage here and muddle. Two damage here. Curse. Okay. And 4 damage here. That's nice. Things down to 3. And a curse. Our modifier deck definitely delivering there. This is why this is better than that other card, I think, than Anticipate. Okay. That's all we got. We could have stunned one, but I don't think it was worth it yet. Oh, no, that's not all we got. We're definitely going to summon. The problem is if we summon, it's just going to run up and attack the Frost Demon. So it just immediately dies. Stupid Frost Demon making it up here. I need all the help I can get. I want the summon. I mean, I guess we can push the Frost Demon into this trap with the Mindthief, because we can consume ice next turn using this, which gives us one more push. So 3 push the Frost Demon here, move to like here, push that into this. Yeah, that actually works. You have to go before the Diviner, but that's not really very difficult. Problem is we're placing our summon back here. Yeah, the positioning's not great. If we had been here, it would have been good. Here, if we place our summon behind us, it's not actually going to attack anything next turn, and these do have a lot of multi-target or like AoE attacks. And if we place it up here, it's just going to get attacked by the Frost Demon this turn. So I guess we have to wait one more turn. Sucks because I just need all the help I can get. Alright, Cave Bears go. We'll lose its Immobilize, take 1 from its wound down to 5. One with Muddle is going to attack the Cragheart. Okay. So -1 on what is normally a 5. So we take 4 damage. And a wound. The bones go, they have 4 movement. None of these spaces. Okay, Spitting Drakes go. This is the tough part now. We're all gonna attack the Cragheart, huh? Ouch. We're gonna have 20 incoming damage, so we do need at least one of these to miss, to not have to lose cards. Okay. 6. Should we just lose a card to this now? Probably, actually. We're gonna end up taking so much damage here that it might be insane to just not lose a card. Every time I kind of want all my cards. The biggest issue is I don't actually want to lose any of these cards. The bottom heal is going to be very good because we do actually desperately need healing. Alright, I guess I'll take it and hope to see more curses. Okay, 1 more curse maybe? Alright, -1, so 4. Pull down to 8. Not quite where you want to be, huh? Alright, so Frost Demons have 4 movement. Lose its Mobilize 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, right? 5 to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's the same. Yep. All right. If we push this away now, though. No, yeah, the rift that underneath us isn't going to be able to hit anything. Because I would actually probably use, like, to do this plus this turn. Because it's the last the curses into their deck. Well, not the last, actually. I mean, no matter what, I think we should always be doing this. We have the dark set up to use the top of Shared Nightmare. We can always like push this bear into the trap as well. We've got plenty of flexibility for what we push in. So no matter what, we should play this, and we'll just see what they're going to end up doing. That'll inform our turn. The annoying thing is that the Cragheart is muddled, so, and I don't have strength in it anymore, so I really don't want to use Cataclysm. Even though Cataclysm is quite good, Yeah, over here, Cataclysm hitting 4 targets is quite good. Do I just accept the disadvantage? No, there's no way I can make this attack with a disadvantage. That's just insane. And I only have 1 miss in my deck. I guess I can just accept that I'm going to get the miss and say, screw it, who cares? Something like that. If we do that Cataclysm, I guess the Mindthief is going to push this bear away, probably, then. So it's not as good yet. No, I think I can wait a little bit on it. Try to set up a better one. So I think I'm just using a bottom heal. I guess I can... The bottom heal doesn't work so well because I don't have a good attack from where I am. I mean, I could just do a double heal turn. It's a little bit insane, though. Can do this. This would give me 1 direct damage on all of them. Although, again, this bear is going to get pushed away. And then I can do Heaving Swing, hitting this and knocking it into this boulder. Also just freeing up a spot for the cultist to run through and hit us. Should I actually just do a double heal turn here? I mean, our allies are eliminating some enemies. So healing a bit is maybe not bad, just to allow us to tank more. We're just not in a good position to attack this turn. I think it is better to stay where we are, and so I might as well use this opportunity. It's a little bit insane, but I think this is reasonable. Okay. Well, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. This is problematic. Matters so much. This could be problematic as well. Alright. Well, let's play around the things as well as we can. So, what is our plan here? The Diviner is no longer muddled. Keeping that Frost Demon there is fine, I think. It's only hitting for 4 as well. The end of the world. Better to push this bear. Prevent it from getting its crazy number of attacks. How do we kill this bear? How much damage is needed for that? Means we would have to hit that bear with... Means we'd be like basically hitting this and this to kill these 2 targets. This one's getting pushed back to there, which essentially eliminates it as an attacker. None of these things in the back are reaching us. This rift goes there, this rift goes there, this rift goes here. Yeah, that's okay. Eliminating 2 attackers, it sucks because we're not taking any advantage of the poison or really the curses from Shared Nightmare in the end if we do this. But at the same time, unfortunately, the Diviner can't really be relied upon here to eliminate attackers. We can even Stun Powder one of them now. The other problem is the Mindthief and the Cragheart are going to be next to each other, so the Drakes are going to be hitting them. So what if we try to count on the Diviner getting a kill here? The Diviner only has to get a +1. It sucks that we don't have advantage, so... Well, we have a fresh deck. At this point, our deck has 2 zeros and a miss. I do regret a little bit having both those zeros in there still. This is where having cut the 0 makes a big difference. So we go before... Oh, we go 29. Yeah, we go before them. If the Diviner can kill this one, then we can actually use the Mindthief Stun Powder to stun one of these Drakes, which seems so good. And it gets us a more valuable poison. I think that's worth doing. So that means we're not hitting this. The likely is that the Diviner could kill this bear as well. Less likely, huh? Making an attack 2, we would have to flip a +2 without advantage. It's a bit more insane. We also have the Stun Powder on the Diviner, so we can also just stun one of the Drakes. Eliminating this as an attacker is pretty valuable as well. It doesn't seem very viable. Basically, we would have to hit that with, I think, Shared Nightmare. So we Shared Nightmare this and 1 Drake. Still gives us some poison value. Alright, I mean, we can't afford any misses this round either. We're pretty much on knife's edge here. Alright, so let's do it. Use the top of Shared Nightmare, consuming dark, creating new ice. We get attack 2, range 3, or range 4, target 2, poison curse. I guess I'm probably not doing more than 2 target attacks in the future anyway. So I might as well use the power potion here. Actually, no, I don't need to use the power potion here. I actually don't have any. Let's see. How many zeros are in my deck? So I removed 4 and I added 1, so I have 3 zeros in my deck. Actually, I do have a fair number of zeros in my deck. Yeah, alright. So there are still 2 zeros in my deck. The +1 is significant because I basically need to do 4 damage to this bear here in order to kill it effectively, since it has wound. So by using the power potion here, I essentially make it so that even a +0 makes it so that this bear doesn't attack. So I actually have to move first. Alright, anyway. So we will go ahead and use the bottom of Silent Scream to do a move 3, push 3, target all adjacent enemies. So we go to here, push you 3 into here. Take 9, not to 8. And get immobilized. Okay. Then, like I said, we're attacking bear number 1, and I think Drake number 4, just because it has more health, so the poison is going to be a bit more valuable. But it's also on the same side as us, so like next turn we can go here and use a... Actually, want to be next to something. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I mean, I guess even if we're not next to anything, we still have a really good turn using our Battle Axe with Frigid Apparition, just using this to move next turn. Unfortunately, we can't, like, we do have to go here in order to push that bear into the trap. Going here doesn't do anything, we can't push the bear like this. Can't curve the push, basically. Alright, so we're going to attack bear number 1 and Drake number 4, in that order, with attack 4, poison, curse. No. Alright. Well, I mean, I guess that's fine. So we got a crit here and we killed it. I would have loved the crit on something with a lot more health, but at the same time I would have drawn a -1 on that bear, which means I would have ended up only doing 3 damage, and this way at least it dies, which is really important. Okay, so -1 here means we do just 3 damage. We do poison it. We end up giving them 1 curse. Okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and use my healing potion now to not be insane. Oh, I said I was gonna use the stun powder on the Drake over there, sorry. I had even clarified that I was using that, I just got distracted by all the other stuff. It's not like there, I mean, I guess technically, yeah, if I'd drawn a flip, stun or a disarm, I still would have said that I was using it no matter what. I just got distracted by talking about other things. I had said I need to eliminate as many of these as possible from attacking this turn, and that's why I attacked something that I wasn't going to kill, because I could stun powder it. Okay, Poultice go, -1 move. They have 2 movement, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Living Bones go, -2 movements. They have 2 movement as well. 1, 1. Okay. So then it's the Cragheart who's up next. Cragheart's gonna take 1 from wound. So who's actually getting attacked here? So we're hoping to kill this. We're gonna stun this one. So it's just this one that's gonna hit the 2 of us. So you've got a heal 4, heal 2, and heal 5, all to distribute. I guess this is also attacking. Who is this attacking? That's attacking the Cragheart then? Must we just throw out our summon to tank the attack? Yeah, honestly, at this point, using our summon for a heal is probably fine, especially because we're not pushing this away anytime soon, so I think we will summon to absorb that. So they're both... Yeah, just the 2 of them taking an attack. If this survives, then it's 2 of them taking 2 attacks. We kind of need to spread this pretty evenly. The Bless is definitely better than the Mindthief, so I think I'll use the top of Rumbling Advance, creating Earth, doing a heal 4 range 2 Bless on the Mindthief, doing the Mindthief up to 12, and just a Bless into her deck. Okay, And then I'm gonna use, I already took one, yeah, I took one from my wound. Then I'm gonna use the bottom of Earth and Claw to do a heal 2 on self. Wound. Okay. Then the Diviner goes. So it doesn't really matter what I do. I mean, I guess I should create an element that I want. Well, they're gonna create ice anyway, so they're gonna use either the element that I create or the earth. Do I want the earth next round? No, because the Cragheart's getting muddled again is the issue, so I really don't want a Cataclysm. It's such a sweet Cataclysm. I'm going here and just immobilizing these 3 things is really good, preventing them from getting out. No, I think I need to wait on Cataclysm until I'm not muddled, and I'm gonna get muddled. So I guess I don't care about the earth in that case. Yeah, do not. All right. So in that case, I'm going to use Bottom of Anguish and Salvation. I'm going to convert the earth to, do I want light or dark? Here we don't care. Or light or dark is exactly the same. So let's create light because it's less evil. We're going to do heal 5, affect any one ally. We're going to do this on the Cragheart. No, it was, yeah. No, we were at 7, we went up to 9, yeah, we're at 14. So 12 and 14, well, getting there. And then we're going to use the top of Ethereal Vortex, move all Rift tokens up to 2 hexes, attack 2, target all enemies occupying hex containing a Rift token. Here's 2 curse. Alright, so we're going to move this one, the only place it can go, here. Move this one here. So we move this one over here and we stun this instead of stunning this. And we put our summon here. Then this will actually hit our summon first, though, and that's not good. Because then the... No? I don't know. Let's stun this one. Otherwise, it's kind of exactly the same, except we get more damage over here. I guess getting damage here is... No, because we're going to stun both of these with the Mindthief next turn. Yep, alright. But at the same time, having this rift here doesn't help us at all, whereas having this rift here can actually help us. Yeah, alright, let's do that then. So we moved our 3 rifts. Again, we are going to use Stun Powder on Drake number 3 here. We got Drake 3, Drake 6, and Frost Demon. Also, just so we don't forget, we're going to go ahead and use our Ring of Skulls. I guess I should be tracking this. 1, 2, 3 thus far. Plus this, 4. Alright, Bye Canary, if you're still there, I need your help. I need an ordering here. So again, we're using the Stun Powder always when we hit Drake number 3, but we can do that in whichever order we want. So we've got Drake 3, Drake 6, and Frost Demon 3. The only thing that matters, like, I mean, yes, sure, I'd like to get nice damage on either of these, but only thing that truly, really matters here is that we get at least a +1 on Drake number 6. Killing this Drake is such a big difference. I mean, it's basically saving us 8 life to kill this Drake. Which is a good chunk of the healing that we actually did this turn. I'm going to quickly blow my nose while I wait for you to save me. Thank you. Alright. Here we go. So Drake 3 first. It's the one where we use the Stun Powder. One in the middle still? Alright. So neither advantage nor disadvantage. Okay, that's really nice thus far. It sucks, I guess, because we ended up getting the muddle on the one we Stun Powdered, but oh well. I'm not complaining. We also got an extra curse. I'm not going to place the muddle because it's getting stunned no matter what. So we got 3 plus the 2 base and 2 curses. That's really nice. We got 5 damage here. Alright, number 6. Whew. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. That's exactly the way we... I mean, if we could have chosen which modifier to draw, that would be exactly how we would have chosen. Beautiful. He's on a roll. Alright. And then the last... Or then the Frost Demon. Nice. Why not? Okay, so we have 1 shield ourselves. The system works. It does appear to. I mean, we would have killed it no matter what, but this was actually... I guess, technically, this was not the absolute best possible ordering, but it was still the second best possible ordering, right? The best possible ordering would have had the muddle here. But again, Beggars can't be choosers. This is still excellent ordering. All right, so we got 5 here as well, putting us down to 20. We have 1 shield. I don't think that's going to matter, and we give them 1 more curse. Not bad. So we've got 8 curses plus a miss, so 9 out of 20 to miss on each attack. That's good. That is good. Oh no, we were supposed to stun this. Oh no, but we didn't because we wanted the rift here. So this means we can't place our summon. Interesting. Alright. I mean, we can place our summon, but if we do, it's going to just come up and hit this Frost Demon, which sucks. We can place it behind us. If we place it in front of us, it's just going to give this a like free kill on it. I guess it would draw this thing's fire away from these two. It would kind of still be doing something, right? By placing the summon here, this will hit our summon and us rather than hitting these two. So it's attacking for 4. It's also avoiding muddle on both of them, which is really good, which actually does set up the Cataclysm this coming turn. Ooh, that means we need to use a mana potion, but maybe that's fine. We finally have a chance to do it. So, and also we actually do have 1 shield, funnily enough. So it hitting us isn't actually such a bad thing. And us getting muddled also really doesn't matter at all. We're not attacking next turn. We're most likely not attacking next turn. All right, yeah, actually this works. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I think I already flipped that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And we're also going to use our mana potion, so 6, creating Earth. And we're going to place the skeleton here. Sorry, skeleton. I know this isn't what you envisioned when you came to life, but... Alright, so the Spitting Drakes go first. So again, these ones over here are stunned, so there's just number 1. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to hit skeleton, and then it splashes onto the diviner. So skeleton, then diviner. And who knows, maybe it'll miss on the skeleton. That'd be really nice. Ooh, and the natural miss, too. Beautiful. Alright. Got a chance. So then on the diviner, I would have even minded not seeing a miss there. Again, since we had the 1 shield and it was only attack for 4, it was only 3 effective damage. We've got a bit of health to spare, but honestly, this is still great. Okay. So that's done. So then the Frost Demon goes. So it's going to consume ice to create ice, because we get to choose the element. And it's going to attack our skeleton as well. That's fine. Honestly, it's really not bad, because if the skeleton had survived, it would have just... I mean, like, obviously it's still better to draw a curse since we're getting a reshuffle anyway. But if the skeleton had survived, it was just going to suicide on the Frost Demon next turn anyway. So this isn't much worse. Okay, Cave Bear goes and is immobilized. Alright, well, we're hanging in there for now. Get a nice chunk of healing off last turn. Alright, I'm just going to quickly blow my nose, and I'm also going to turn off the air conditioning, because now it's getting a bit cool in here. Okay, I'm back. Well, we know what we're doing on the Mindthief, which is going to be good no matter what. I think playing these cards in the Diviner is fine. I don't think we need to short rest early. No matter what, these can do something. The shielding can actually be decent. If not many enemies are going to attack, we can always consider doing some deck stacking. Either way, this works. And so, as for us, we'd like to Cataclysm. What would we be hitting with Cataclysm? Difficult, because to make the immobilize good, we would want to kind of like hit from here, which would prevent all these enemies from getting to us. But otherwise, we could go here and still hit. But then they're like mostly reaching us. I mean, I think we should definitely use Cataclysm. We haven't even had to lose a card yet. And the sooner the better. Is a move 2 enough then? Yeah, I think always we just want to attack from one of these 2 spots. At the same time, yeah, also having more flexibility from where we do Heating Swing is probably better with Meteor. I think this does make sense. Again, this is about both dealing damage but also mitigating attacks. We're essentially kind of like disarming. I mean, I guess it depends. I guess the good thing is, worst case scenario, if... Alright, so this is good because we're going to, again, stop these 3 enemies from reaching us. If it turns out that the cultists are going to do something where they're, going to not melee attack, Or if they go at 10, like there's a lot of things they can do which are annoying. Or summon, then we can end up just doing, just using Cataclysm to move and using Kinetic Assault to attack. Okay, here goes. Yeah, so surely enough a summon. Ooh, that is a vicious thing from the Spitting Drakes. We have a way to stop you. We do not. Only we were here, but it just wasn't possible. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose again. Almost certainly just can do one scenario today, sorry. 1 second though. I really don't know why, but some mornings I just wake up and I know it is going to be a terrible day with my allergies. This is one of those days. I am sorry. Okay, we're gonna consume ice. This doesn't matter. So close to being able to do it all, but not quite. Alright, so the Mindthief's up first. We're gonna use the bottom of first edge as a default move to. Going to move to here. Then we're going to use the top of Frigid Apparition, consuming ice, which gives us an attack 6 stun. We're going to use the Battle Axe to make it 2 target. We're going to hit Drake 3 and Drake 4, each with attack 6 stuns. Okay, that one's dead. Ow! God, we were drawing well. Alright, so we killed this one, and I think we killed the second one as well. Our attack was base 6, plus 1 from the rolling, 7, plus 1 from the poison, 8, doubled 16. Yeah, 12 health. Yep. Not so much for the stun mattering, but I won't take it, especially with what they're doing this turn. That was amazing. Alright, so the next up is Diviner. This is a bit annoying that the Cave Bear is actually going before the Cragheart. Because it would have been really good if the Cave Bear had remained here. This would have blocked, we could have more easily blocked some summoning. As is, I guess we still can. If we move up to here with the Cragheart. No, this one will summon first back there. Oh, that's annoying. Because otherwise we would have want to move here with the Cragheart. And then this one would have had anywhere to summon. It would essentially be like executing a skeleton, which is really good. And unfortunately, the skeletons are moving after as well. Don't believe there's anything we can do. No range attacks here at this round. No. Yeah, that Cave Bear initiative is really bad for us. 13. Alright. What are we doing here for the dinner? I'm almost tempted to summon the Ghost Falcons, just because we need all the help we can get right now. The biggest issue is they're just going to attack this stupid Frost Demon and immediately suicide. That can't be right. I think I'm just moving and shielding. The shield will affect the Mindthief for the Cave Bear's attack and affect the Cragheart for the Spitting Drake's attack. As well as, I guess, the Cragheart for this Frost Demon's attack. So this is still like, I'm blocking 6 damage. Not bad. It's not super exciting, but sure. So let's just use the bottom of Envision the Course. Do default move 2 to here. This is where we wish we had Boots of Striding. And we're going to use the top of Protective Aura. Creating light, gaining 1 experience, doing still 2 effect all allies within range 2. I'm going to use my healing potion now. I'm about to get poisoned. Okay, so the Cave Bear goes, it's 2 movement to here, or 2 movement to here. Mindthief was earlier in initiative order, so attacks the Mindthief. Attacks at -1, so normally 5, but here 4. Anyway, Mindthief does get wounded. Okay, Cragheart's up next. What's it gonna be? Not having our boots here certainly sucks. No way to prevent either of them from summoning here, unfortunately. This is a really bad turn for us. What's the range on this? 2? We prevent, and you go, but you go before. Maybe we can, actually. We're just gonna stuff here. We have cards in hand to lose either. Oof, we're gonna have to hope for a miss. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. No, it doesn't work. It's too annoying. Even if this moves up to here, like I said, this will summon here. And then this one will just summon there. Also, if we go here, one of the Living Bones is going here and hitting both of us. God, we're getting so messed up this round. We had a lot of really bad stuff happening, starting with that bear going before us. I had like some reasonable rounds before, but this round is so atrocious. I really don't think there's anything we do. Sorry, I got a blowing nose. So as of right now, no matter what, these two things are summoning. This is hitting the Diviner. Can't even avoid that. This is hitting the Diviner and us as well. And at least one of these is making it up and hitting us. And this is also making it up and hitting. I mean, this is just way too many attacks. There's no way we survive this. Our health. I mean, I guess we've got a fair amount of curses. We basically have to get really lucky here, not lose. We go here, then this still gets to hit us. This summons there, changes nothing. This doesn't hit the Diviner as well, but doesn't change much. If we go to either of these two spots, this will also hit. This can just go to there, till 2 summon spots. God. This bear messed everything up so badly. No items that change anything here. This is like what I'm talking about, how playing on this difficulty, the level 7 monsters, 4-player setup, having higher prosperity items makes a big difference. Being able, when in a bad spot like this, to rely on an item to help make it up. Like there are certainly items in the game that would help in this situation. Here there's just nothing. There is just straight up. So we can't stop any of these things from happening. The best we can do is prevent Living Bones from hitting 2 targets, I suppose. Is there any way we can prevent this from hitting? No, not ever, right? Not ever. We can't even make it here and then Cataclysm up here because we're missing 1 movement. Can't possibly kill anything. Except maybe this bear, but that's actually the only thing that killing doesn't change anything. Yeah, I'm thinking of trying to Ethereal Vortex past this pump of stuff and just go into the next room. Maybe that's a line. Maybe that has to be our plan at this point, just to abandon this fight. Except that it's lost. Fought so well, too. Really had a chance. We can still change the Diviner's turn because nothing else has happened. What if we don't move up and do the shield 2, though? We're here. I mean, summoning... It doesn't suck that badly. This misses on one of the summons. Then the Frost Demon will also attack the summon. Yeah, right. I think this is actually better. I think we are going to run into more damage. So we lose that experience. The light is here. Oh, I guess in that case, yeah, no matter what. Yeah, this works. All right. I am going to summon just from back here. Okay. Yeah, I think this is better. And we have no new information. Oh no, we do. We had the bear's turn. Son of a... Yeah, I didn't realize how much stuff we were walking into. Alright, well, whatever. Let's make the best of it and hope we get lucky. So we're going to use the bottom of Cataclysm. Because why not? Here. And I'll attack. I guess cultist number 3. Top of Assault as an attack 4. 6. Alright. Hitting Drake goes. Attacks the Diviner and then the Cragheart in that order. Attack 5 Muddle Poison. Alright, so Diviner. Such a mean clip. That's so much damage. Frost Demon's next. No ice. Way to lose disadvantage. You can already attack the Warrior. Why did I move the Cragheart here? Because this way at least we stop this thing to target. Only the bones went before the... I mean, they literally could not have worked this out better. They're... Basically all of them did essentially the best thing they could do this turn. Alright, Frost Demon attacks the Diviner. We need another miss here. Okay, well, getting that at least. This Frost Demon attacks the Cragheart. Really need another miss here. I was hoping I could convince it. So 6 here. Alright, cultists go. Oh no. This still makes it here and hits both of us. There was no way I could avoid this. Fine. So there was no real reason to have moved up this much. Oh well. So in 5 turns I've had 2 summons. This isn't too high. So I don't know. After the first turn summon, it's pretty tilting. There have been a couple turns where they've just done, you know, stuff possible. 1, 2, 3 to there. Put you 1 closer, so why not? There's our Cataclysm, huh? Now we've got it. Alright, so first on the Cragheart, then on the Diviner. Alright, so Cragheart hitting for +1 actually. So normally 4, -1, 3, but 1 for the poison, so 4. Then on the Diviner. No. Oh, we're getting lucky with those at least. Around. Plus muddled. The worst part is not losing cards doesn't really help us so much because we can't afford to not play our cards here. Also don't have boots on anyone, so we can't like hop through the portals easily. I think maybe we can make this work. Just how do we prevent this from attacking? So I think our plan actually at this point, we have eliminated all the ranged enemies except for 1. So now we can actually maybe just fight from back here. Yeah, I mean the summoners are going to summon. There's nothing we can do about this at this point. Hopefully they'll get like logged in enough that they maybe won't summon too much. I think the only way we don't die at this point is we just retreat back behind our wall and use the Disarm Rift plus like invis to block, etc. We have to still prevent this.
Fortunately, I guess we have ice, so the Mindthief just has to run over there and attack it and go invis using the cloak. Yeah, that's the only way. Okay. So this gives us a line, so we've got to hope that 23 is fast enough. At this point, we've got to get a bit lucky, I think, to possibly beat the scenario. There's so many ways that they can go before 23, but this is actually a really good turn for us. It's actually the move 4 jump that we have to play in order to retreat. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and then we knock this through the disarm rifts. And then the diviner creates another disarm rift here. And back behind them as well. So short rest here, short rest on the Mindthief, not bringing back the Mind's weakness. We're in the thick of it. Okay, trying to lose, I guess. I mean, we want the healing, but we literally cannot afford to lose the disarm rift here. It's our only way we don't lose. So, sorry, I've got to blow my nose quickly again. All right, back. So, I said this. It's too risky to try to use that for invis. We just need to rely on our cloak here. Wish I knew how much health the altar has. There's also the possibility the Mindthief could maybe just bypass everything. Just go try to take out the altar himself. Should I actually maybe just do that? Just accept that my other 2 allies are dead? I guess I don't need to do that net right now. Although it sucks because I'm going to end up using my cloak here. But if I see that the Cragheart ends up just dying here, then I guess I will go for that. But for now, I think I can try another round. I gotta blow my nose again. Yeah, I'm not really sure that it's so much either, but I also don't really remember, so... For now, I don't think I need to take the risk. Well, I mean, I'm taking some sort of a risk here no matter what. Problem is, by not playing a jump... If I play a jump instead... Initiative doesn't work with a stun, though, is the issue. We're also wounded, slowly ticking down. We're at 12, so we've got time. No, I think this is fine. Okay. So us, we need to get behind the... We need to move at least 3, right? The Cragheart has to go to here, and we have to place a disarm rift here. But 23 initiative is the magic number, because if they go before 23, we lose. Well, we don't lose, then the Mindthief becomes our only hope anyway. So we can just play around that. We can actually do this. This gives us a nice attack while moving. And the reason this works is because we can go from 30 initiative to 20 initiative using our Boots of Speed at this point. If I'm playing 4-player monster setup, do you consider C to be 3 or 4? I consider C to be 3. So when I play 4-player setup, I just do the setup of the monsters as if I'm playing 4-player, and I still do everything else as if I'm 3-player. The biggest reason for this is, I mean, considering C is 4 would certainly be a possibility, but there's some rules for scenarios which are impossible or almost impossible to do if you're a 3-player party pretending you're 4. So it's just easier for me to apply a blanket rule of I treat the scenario rules as if I'm 3, and I just do monster setup as 4, rather than having to pick and choose, being like, okay, well, this one is doable as a 3-player party playing with 4-player rules, so I'll just do 4-player rules here for the scenario. Okay, this one I'll do 3, you know? So I just, yeah, I always make this distinction. So in this case, C is for 3, or C is 3. Sorry, I've got to blow my nose again. God, this is annoying. I'm so sorry. Oh, the worst. All right, here we go. So monsters will have to move after 23. We got really unlucky with a lot of things they did last round, so we have to get lucky here. Come on. Still got an out, I suppose. Because this isn't actually attacking this turn, so we don't actually have to stun it. Alright, Spitting Drake is up first. Healing itself for 2, has 2 shield and strengthening itself. So it did kind of work out in the end, but still, this is just disgusting. Whereas, like, the last scenario we played with the cave bears, they just flipped, like, the non-move, non-move, non-move when we actually wouldn't have minded them moving. Here, they're like, yeah, we're gonna go as early as possible and do our most dangerous stuff. Anyway, Mindthief's up first, so there's always ice, by the way. We're going to use the top of Frigid Apparition, consuming the ice. We take one damage from our wound. Consuming the ice and attacking bear number 2. Consuming the ice to stun. Be safe. Okay. So 4, 6, 8. Dead bear either way. Then we've got the bottom of Dark Frenzy, so we're going to creating new ice. Move 3. Then go to here. Gets us a coin. It also sets us up next to the Drake because we have to stun the Drake next turn. How do we do that, though? Is the issue. If we use our Cloak of Invisibility here, can we avoid? I mean, can we afford to not go invis this round? How could we do this instead then? I'm trying to think. Sorry, we're here. The bones are all attacking, but if they walk into Disarm Rifts, they don't attack. We basically need to put ourselves somewhere where we would be able to make an attack on this Drake to stun it next turn. But we need to not die this turn. What if we go to, like, here? Seems worse. See what all the enemies are doing. Cultists again are going after living bones. This is actually the worst as well, because if the cultists had moved first, they would at least block some spots from the living bones. I'm just trying to decide if we can find a way to not use our Invis Cloak this time. Because the problem is we really need to stun that Drake for next round now, because again, it is still the only thing that can attack. And sorry, I gotta blow my nose again. The problem we have is that the only way we can stun it at this point is with our bottom of Perverse Edge. But if we use the bottom of Perverse Edge, we can't use Phantasmal Killer to go invis. So then we would need to use the Cloak of Invisibility next round. Which means we need to be somewhere to use Perverse Edge bottom on this, but we also need to not die this round. About like here. So I have a skeleton next to us. Oh, whoops. Sorry. The Diviner need to use her Boots of Speed. I didn't realize that the skeletons were going before the Diviner. I just paid attention to the 23, but so the Diviner is actually at 20. Wait a second. Again, that had nothing to do with what the bear did. So the Diviner is at 20, Cragheart at 23. I apologize for the distraction today, but again, having your nose like this is, yeah. So if we go here, how many things actually hit us? Not much, right? Because we can choose to have them go through the rifts. There's only number 3 that'll actually hit us. Yeah, this works. Okay. God, this is so frustrating. Oh. Heat allergies. All right, 1 second, sorry. All right, I'm back. To be clear, I take a prescription. I mean, I have a prescription for antihistamines, which I take twice per day. It's not like I'm not taking medicine for this. I take it every day regardless. Just, even in spite of that, some days they're like this, and there's nothing I can do about it. Ugh. Normally on a day like this, I would just not stream, but I already didn't stream Monday and Tuesday, so I felt bad not streaming today, and I'm trying to do my best, but it's really distracting. All right. So going here is fine. So we make our attack 3 range on the Drake, because again, we need to kill the Drake first, because it's the most threatening enemy left in the room, since we can prevent the rest from attacking mostly. Okay, attack 3 range 3 on the Drake. Puts it down. Oh no. That's 2 shield, right? So it just takes 2 damage. I guess for this reason, I probably should have hit a cultist. I forgot that it had shield. Again, it's frustrating. I can't focus on anything. All right, I gotta blow my nose again. Sorry. The problem is in blowing my nose 5 times, I forget what has already happened in the round. So because this had 2 shield, I was only getting an effective attack 1 here. Even though the Drake is more threatening than the cultists, hitting a cultist for 3 versus a spinning Drake for 1, obviously it would have been better to hit the cultist. Again, this would require actually paying attention to the game. A bit beyond me today. Alright, we're up on the Diviner. We're going to do a move 3, bottom seal their fate. 1, 2, 3 to here. We're going to do an attack 2, range 3, double curse, targeting the elite Frost Demon. No reason to immobilize this. It's going to disarm itself anyway. Alright. So 2 plus 2 gives us a total of 4 and 3 curses. Curses are keeping us in this. And then we use the top of Void Snare, placing a rift. Oh, we can actually place the rift here, because then this won't even get to attack the Mindthief. Alright, that's good. Unfortunately, no, I think we can make it work. Oh, muddled, you're right. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Like I said, getting distracted by everything. Alright, well, same outcome. Thank you very much, Fifth Guy. Alright, so we're no longer muddled. I think placing this here works. I'm not even going to take much further. Alright. Cragheart's up next. We actually need to go back here, heaving swing this thing through. So we're going to use the bottom of Meteor, move 4 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. We're going to attack the Frost Demon with the top of heaving swing. We are going to use the push. We are muddled. Ha! Nice. Disadvantage working out reasonably. I mean, we're only gaining 1 damage from this, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. So our 3 becomes a 6. 1 to 10. We put wound on it. Push it through these, which disarms it. Probably an allergy elemental room. Yeah, maybe. Alright. Living Bones go. +1 movement. 2 goes first. So it has 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So its focus is actually here, interestingly enough. Because its focus is the Mindthief, but here it can hit 2 targets, maximizing number of attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where things get a little bit weird. I'm going to take this opportunity to ask chat what happens here in case anyone understands. While I don't know, I'm going to go take some more medicine just in case, and I'm also going to go refill my water. So the quick question is, and I leave this question open to chat, there are 2 possibilities for what happens here. Does this continue to here, or does this stop here now? Because, so argument is, well, all right, let me read the FAQ section, which is unfortunately a little bit ambiguous in this case. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Alright, so the first thing to read is, if a monster is disarmed, will it move it as if it has an attack? No, disarm negates all effects of having an attack. A monster will move as though it doesn't have an attack, which means it will just try to get as close as possible to its focus. And then the other question is, what happens if a... Oh. I know there's another one somewhere. So the range... Yeah, I think then you're right. So Where's the ranged one? Oh yeah. So what happens if a ranged monster becomes disarmed while moving towards its target? It will continue moving along its original movement path towards its original destination hex. No. So this is different than what you're saying there, Biocanary, right? Yeah, what happens if a ranged monster becomes disarmed while moving towards its target? It will continue moving along its original movement path towards its original destination hex. Yep, so I guess, yeah, this does actually answer the question. For some reason, I thought it was more ambiguous than that, but it's actually not, which is good. All right, so then it will actually continue to here. Because I agree that would be the same, I believe. All right, so then after that, we've got number 3. Its focus will be to hit the Mindthief, so here or here. We'll obviously move it to here to give it disarm as well. Oh, the disarm rifts, saving our ass once again. This one's focus will be here. 1, 2, 3. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe the Mindthief, well, the Mindthief's actually closer. So unfortunately, this one is still going to get an attack off. Yep. Oh no. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, disarm rift. Can you believe this is a level 1 ability? So good. And to be clear, this is kind of the, like, I don't know, the rock slide argument. It doesn't bother me that this ability is so good. It is obviously too good for a level 1 ability, but sometimes I think this is fine, and it's like the engine that makes using rifts work, right? So, and it's a 9-card class, and admittedly, this is still a lot harder to do than like other comparable support classes in the game who are just like casually AoE disarm, casually AoE stun, you know, stuff like this. Casually, all your attacks are never going to hit again for the rest of the scenario. This at least requires some work, some effort, and obviously coordination. It is still insane for a level 1 ability, without a doubt. We just applied... We're about to have applied effectively 10 disarms. Yeah, that quiz is intentionally tricky. All right, so cultists are up next. Cultists have -1 movement, so 2 movement. Where is their focus? It can only be here. So 1, 1. And then what are they healing? This is missing 15 health. It's got to be that. Nothing here has more than 15 health. Annoying because it removes the wound. Oh. So you get healed up 3 by the first cultist. And then, so now you're missing 12. This is missing 10. Yeah, that's still going to be the most. Yep. This gets healed again, up to 16. Alright. So cultists are done, then the Frost Demon goes. So it can only go to here. It moves to here, and it reapplies disarm, so it will also have disarm next round. Like I said, we blocked with 1 non-loss action 10 attacks. Well, potentially 10 attacks. It depends if they actually attack next turn. Still. How do we make it? Oh no, we don't need to move next to it to attack next turn. Oh no, oops, this one should actually move first. My bad. So it has -1 movement, so 3. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Any of these are 1, 2. Yeah, so this would actually just move. Change much. Okay. Like I said, I'll be right back. I'm not supposed to take more than 2 per day, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my water and take a little bit more medicine. All right, back. Just gonna mute quickly to blow my nose. Alright, so now I have to decide if the Cragheart is going to long rest. I'm not getting attacked by anything this round, except maybe this if they flip their ranged attack. Long rest would remove the poison though, which would make it easier to heal. Our bottom heal would also remove the poison. What would we actually attack with? And I guess Heaving Swing wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care that much about having my boots right now. I think short resting is better. By short resting, I get to do a bottom heal anyway, which is essentially the same amount of healing. And it's not like longevity matters near as much as effectiveness right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't love losing Massive Boulder, but I suppose it's not the end of the world. Okay, I mean, it's really important to me to have this bottom heal. And we're going to do some sort of a top attack here. Ooh, or are we going to drop some rocks? Can't really do that effective rock dropping because these don't count as empty hexes. We would just be able to, we do like 8 direct damage. Okay, but I think I'd rather just attack something and try to kill it. Maybe use the rocks later. Try to kill it, but try to do a reasonable damage. We'll just attack with this. And getting wound out and hoping that it helps. Alright, how many curses? 4 curses left. We can easily hammer for 4 here. Now we have 4 rifts. Placing another rift would also be good, because then what if we don't hammer? What if we just actually use that? That gives us all the curses anyway. So we use Fount just to create another rift. Not that we really care about the pulling much. And that'll give us 5 rifts, and then we can Ethereal Vortex for some insane damage. Alright, as for us, we have to stun the Drake here. We're going to use our Cloak to go invis. We can kind of do whatever top we want. Still taking damage, but we'll just have to live with that for now. This top isn't great, and I also think I need to keep the jump bottom, so I probably have to attack with something else. Guess I'm just going to use Silent Scream as a default top. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, here goes. So, Mindthief's up first. We're going to begin by using the bottom of Perverse Edge. Ooh, creating ice. Fortunately, we do really need to stun the Spinning Drake, so we don't have too much choice. The ice generation actually sucks quite badly, though. Alright, so Perverse Edge attacking the Spinning Drake number 1. +1 wound, so we get 2 damage, stun and wound. Get rid of this. Oh. No? Okay. Then we're going to use the top of Silent Scream, consuming the old ice. There's an attack 4 base plus the ice, so we'll do an attack 6. Doesn't really matter which one of these hit. Yet I guess we'll hit the one that's closest first, so we'll attack number 2. Okay. I would have the bless, so our 6 becomes a 12, which is 11 actual damage, putting this down to 2. Okay, cultists go. They cannot find focus. They do not move. Oh, hold on. We need to decide if we go invis. We don't actually need to go invis though, right? Nothing's going to attack us, so we can actually save the invis. So cultists are done. Frost Demon goes. Is this gonna lead to us getting immobilized though by not being invis? I suppose that's fine though. It means we're not gonna be able to stop the Drake from attacking next turn. We don't have something to stop the Drake from attacking next turn anyway. I guess it's getting 1 attack. That is a little bit annoying, because otherwise I could just jump over there and try to kill it. That close to killing it though, unfortunately. We'll just have to do our best with our other characters to try to take care of it. Alright, so Frost Demons go. They do heal 3 selves. Annoying, actually. and we all get them. Okay. And the diviner's up. We're going to use Fount, create a rift somewhere. 3 in an unoccupied hex. Got to basically be down here. We can pull something towards a rift if we want to. Yeah, we actually probably want to pull one of these cultists into here. By doing that, I guess it's going to take up a spot for the Mindthief to go to, but it makes it so they won't be able to summon. Because rifts actually don't count as empty hexes, so yeah, basically makes it so sure, let's pull you to here. At the same time, this is going to die, it's not going to drop a coin. It's actually better to pull you to here. Because from here, you have nowhere you can summon, whereas if this dies, you'll be able to summon here. Not good. Alright, so we'll pull to there. Alright, so we've got our max 5 rifts. So then we're going to use the top of Ethereal Vortex, move all rift tokens up to 2 hexes, and then we do an attack 2, Pierce 2, Curse with all of them. Yeah, I mean, even if I'm going to miss out on a curse, I'm going to get 4 curses anyway, so I'm going to put a rift under here for you, because then I should get a kill with this one. Definitely putting a rift under you. I want to keep the rift wall up, but we still have a rift wall like this. I think that's fine. Oh no. No, we need to move. Well, it's actually getting a bit annoying, because then in the end... I guess this one there. And if we're moving this one anyway, it doesn't matter. So in that case, I guess we should have just pulled this to here then. Alright, so we move that one there. We keep this one actually here because we want to hit the cultists. Move this one to here. Definitely want to hit you. We want to hit you. The living bones are kind of our last concern. The least threatening enemies. Fortunately, now they're all free to summon, but the Mindthief is presumably going to go here soon. I guess that does something. Okay. So by Canary, I guess I'm going to try to follow your strategy now. Put 2 in the middle. 2 is the most important one because it's the one we actually want to kill. So let's do Fitting Drake 1, Frost Demon 3, then Living Bones 2, then Cultist 3, then Cultist 6. Have no items to use for this whatsoever. So these are all just attack 2, Pierce 2 curses. So 1, 3, 2, 3, 6. Okay. Here, down to 9. Curse. Frost Demon. 2 damage. Down to 17. Curse. A little bit of overkill, unfortunately, but whatever. Got it. Okay, then we've got the 2 cultists, 3 and 6 in that order. 3 damage and 4 damage. And 2 more curses. So we do have them maxed out on curses. Go Ethereal Vortex. Alright. Since the Cragheart's turn, we're going to use the bottom of Earthing Clod as a heal 2. Actually do this on the Mindthief then, maybe, to remove the wound. Because you want to get rid of my poison, though, so that then the Diviner can actually heal me with... Oh no, we lost our heal anyway. Huh. Yeah, alright, I guess I'm going to heal a Mindthief then. Because we're not about to use Empathetic Assault this turn anyway. We need to jump over and mess this thing up. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. Oh no, wait, we're immobilized on the Mindthief, so we can't jump over. So we're gonna use... No, we're actually gonna use Invis this coming turn, right? And then presumably this the following turn. So yeah, we're not actually gonna have a turn to do that. Sorry, I do stuff to blow my nose again. Alright, back-ish. Yeah, I have to go Invis. So, and I'd rather be able to save the cloak, gives me more flexibility in the future. So yeah, let's heal the Mindthief. Oh, but if I'm healing them, Kind of dumb though, because then the Mindthief's not actually taking any hits if the Mindthief's going invis. Whereas the Cragheart actually can take hits. Problem is we're just not healing ourselves afterwards. Unless we use this, but we really should be attacking. Yeah, it still makes more sense to heal the Mindthief right now. Just because it removes wound, it's actually effectively gaining us more health by doing this. We're just going to have to avoid attacks. Getting hit on the Cragheart anyway. Alright, we're going to use Heaving Swing. And only hit the Elite Frost Demon. We will be using the... Oh, sorry, this should have actually lost its arm as well. Yeah, we're going to use the push, because then it would have to go back through the rifts, which is good for us. So push. Okay, nice. So we get 5 damage on it, putting it down to 12. There you go. Alright, Spitting Drake. This, loses this, takes 1 from its wound down to 8. And Living Bones don't move. They all lose their disarms as well. Okay, so like I said, invis, and we need to keep this jump move, presumably. I guess the sooner we go invis, probably the better, because we can actually go a little bit later when we're safe. So yeah, this and this. The Diviner. What's this? So presumably we're just gonna use this top because this doesn't do anything really. We don't have any more curses to give. I guess we're just gonna move back. Yes. And then I don't know what we're gonna do afterwards. We're kind of left with too many tops here and not enough bottoms. At the cost of having lost our bottom heal. Pretty unfortunate short rest there, because we really would have liked to kept that, but we couldn't reroll and run the risk of losing a Disarm Rift. I mean, the Disarm Rift is the only chance we still have in winning this scenario. Playing it like this. Alright. So, what is the Cragheart doing? So we're going to have Disarm Rift here and here. Which means that these enemies aren't going to be able to get past this Rift Wall. This side still sucks. Doesn't do much. We can just put 1 there and there, which is now just 6 damage. Or should we lack range attack? Sorry, I have to blow my nose again. Hello, Thermos. I suppose instead of a range attack, we can. I mean, for once, the move on Kinetic Assault is actually going to come in useful, because we can move up with Kinetic Assault, make an attack, and then use a bottom to move away. We need to get away from that front line, since that's essentially going to be like an obstacle wall to these enemies once we have the Disarm Rift up. It really sucks that we can't use Brutal Momentum. No, we actually could use Brutal Momentum, but it doesn't work here because, again, we need to use... We're not next to the target, and we can't move up because then we're going to take a bunch of attacks. So I guess after that, we're just going to run away with Meteor, probably. Cataclysm, but there's still a chance we want to use the top of Cataclysm, so yeah, going like this I think is reasonable. Alright. This is a line. We're summoning again. That puts us at 3 summons in 8 cards. 1 out of 4 being the normal average. So normally it should be 3 out of 12. We've gotten 3 out of 8. Yeah, not great. Fortunately, like I said, this one will not be summoning. One unfortunately will be summoning. Yeah, you're attacking again. The fact that we're running away is definitely good. Not even moving. So in the end, our Disarm Rift Wall isn't doing too much here, but I mean our Immobilize Rift Wall, but still. Okay, so the Mindthief, we're going to begin by using the top of Cranium Overload. We certainly don't want to kill this one because this would allow this to summon. So we're always attacking one of these two. They both have the same health. I guess we'll hit number 7. So we're using the top of Cranium Overload as a default attack, targeting number 7, consuming the ice. Therefore, this is attack 6. 7, 8, 9. Ice created. So this is 8 actual damage. Putting this down to 5. And then we use the bottom of Phantasmal Killer, doing a loot 1. Loot. Creating dark, and going invisible. Alright, Living Bones go. One hasn't taken any damage. This one heals itself for 2. Has 1 additional shield now. Not that big of a deal. Alright. And we're up on the Diviner. We're going to use the top of Dimensional Divide. Do I want to place a Rift anywhere? Yeah, maybe having a Rift back here is a bit better than having this Rift. So I guess I can replace this Rift up here. It's probably fine. We still have a Rift wall here no matter what. Works. No, but I guess having this one here actually does something. This enemy right here. Yeah, we can't remove this one because this one will get to summon. Can't stop this one. No, so you won't place a Rift anywhere. Then we'll just use, when any enemy enters a hex containing a Rift token this round, it gains Wound and Immobilize. And then we're going to use the bottom of Protective Aura as a default move 2. And 1, 2, 4. I guess we only need to move back 2. Yep. This is only 4 range. Okay. Cragheart goes. We're going to use the top of Kinetic Assault to move 1 and an attack 4, targeting the list. Okay, so 5 damage. And then we're going to use the bottom of Meteors and move 4 jump. Here, again. 4 just out of range. Okay, Spitting Drake goes. Again, has nothing in range, so hits nothing. Takes 1 damage from the wound again. 7. Cultists go. Damage each. Oh, yay, another summon. The 5th Bones we've had to face already. Okay, Frost Demons go. So, one goes first. Only 3 movement though. 1, 2. Can't get any further than that, right? No. And then this one will go here. Will lead to it getting a new wound. It also takes 1 damage from its wound, and getting immobilized for the next round as well. Okay. Well, we're gonna play these 2 cards. Maybe do some hits with Call of the Nether. I don't really know. I think it is still worth playing them. Us, it is time to go jump over here. Yep, and start messing up this spitting tree. We're gonna have to use our cloak to go invis. Actually, maybe we can go at 39. What happens if the Drake moves up first? That would suck a bit. We'd still have it, like, if it moves up to here, we can still go hit it here and hit it and invis, and that'll actually be better because then we create a wall. Yeah, so this works no matter what. By going late, there's a chance that the bones will go before us, and we might not need to go invis. Since we're invis right now, going a little bit later is better. Alright. What is the Cragheart? Oh, a rock there is so good, but it ruins what the Mindthief wants to do, huh? I do kind of regret not having healed myself now. I mean, the Mindthief wouldn't have healed herself, so this would have been a lot more damage from that wound, but it sucks that I'm not able to... I mean, because I have this poison, like, I don't really have anything to do here. Healing myself is actually quite nice, since we ended up losing Massive Boulder and we didn't heal ourselves. That's kind of the double whammy. Speak. I don't really have anything good to do here. I'm just gonna... Problem is, I mean, these enemies are all just gonna rush up and destroy us. Go here, only 1 enemy can attack us. So probably losing a card to that enemy, but maybe that's okay. Then Brutal Momentum is definitely not the attack we want to make. More Retaliate isn't bad, however. And the Spitting Drake can also still hit us if it doesn't die. What if we go use Cataclysm now? Do we have Earth? We do not. Still no Earth. But the Mindthief can potion us an Earth. Cataclysm's not great. We also actually don't want to attack this. We also don't want to move up next to this because it's immobilized, it's going to hit us. I guess we go here and here, but then what are we actually using? This is the Diviner goes here and we go here. We can do still a Rock Slide here, which at least does 2 damage. bit too melee heavy, unfortunately. I'm just gonna play these 2 cards and see what I can do. Maybe I'll just end up actually just using the giant heal into my... I don't exactly know. Another summon? This is insane! So we're now at 4 summons and 9 flips. Alright, Frost Demon goes, heals itself again, which is also really obnoxious. Not even making progress on these things. Oh, we're not even gonna have ice now either for our attack. It's actually a disaster. I'm gonna kill this now. Nothing to be immobilized. Immobilized is at range 2, yeah. Mindthief. Alright, the Cragheart's up. The Mindthief does still have to go hit this. No matter what, we've got to try to kill it. Guess we're just going to use a potion for ice here. 2 damage means so much here. It really can be the difference between killing this. Miss. God have mercy on us all. Alright, so... go here, 1 bones is going to come up and hit. Guess I'd probably rather have that be on the diviner. Yeah, I track it with right click. That is built into this mod. I mean, well, it's just a way. You just have information for the models in this mod when you right click, and I just use that to track health. It's not actually, I think, the intention, but it ends up working quite well for me. Yeah, I mean, it should just be a heal. All right. Rock slide going to here, I guess, is better. Actually, if we go to here, we don't have our boots. So we can't actually make it there. If we use this, we can. If we go there, and then the diviner goes here, none of them will hit us. Okay. So I guess in that case, we have to use the bottom of Rumbling Advance. Still works, I suppose. Going to here. 1 direct damage here. 1 direct damage here. Create an Earth. Then we're going to use Rock Slide. Gain 1 experience. Drop some rocks. Here we actually have slightly better rock drops. We drop 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 here. 1, 2, 4. 1 here. And the last rock we can't actually damage anything with. Again, we could here, but unfortunately this ruins the Mindthief. Well, does it? If we place a rock here, it's 6 more damage. Which is nice. This still won't summon. The Mindthief then would be able to go here, hit this cultist instead, which also then wouldn't summon, but the Spitting Drake would be hitting us. Presumably causing us to lose a card. I guess they have 10 curses in their deck, so maybe not even causing us to lose a card. And we're just never hitting this Spinning Drake. Biggest issue. It actually hit us and the diviner as well. Rock is so good. Can we stop both of them from summoning? Gotta be correct, right? Alright, whatever. No guts, no glory. Otherwise we're never making it out of here. We're just adding as many... I mean, each turn they're doing heals and summoning. They're just adding as much health as we're ever doing. This also means this one will die. That's good. Okay. We did not do damage down here. This takes 2, this takes 2. Either? More here. Man, I'm messing up. There I did, and there. Okay. In the end we did 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 damage. Amazing. 17, 18. 18 direct damage in a turn, really? Yeah, unfortunately this spot Losing this is costly. Still. Okay, so next up is the Mindthief. So we're going to use the bottom of Corrupting Embrace to do a move 4 jump. Creates dark, and we poison everything we move through. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably better to poison the higher health thing. Or to there. Okay. And I guess we didn't actually need to create the ice with it. But I guess it's fine to have done that anyway. I don't know that, I mean, that our potions are really going to be that great here anyway, since we always have ice regardless. I think this is fine to do. Get 2 extra damage on that cultist by using ice. So, I mean, I guess we could just use the loss of on Empathetic Assault to make this so that it doesn't attack. But I think here letting this attack is only on the Cragheart that it's risky. In worst case, the Cragheart loses a card. We haven't played any losses yet. I think we're okay. Alright, so we're going to use the top of Empathetic Assault, consuming the ice the Cragheart created for us, do a default attack targeting cultist number 6. Now we had that ice. So our attack is 6 base, because we have 4 base because of Mind's weakness, plus 2 from the ice is 6, plus 1 from the poison is 7, doubled is 14. Yeah. Right. Oh, we've taken care of the cultist. Alright, so we're done. Ooh, so that means the one downside of killing him is that now a Living Bones will come hit us, but we're actually at 13 health thanks to the healing. So I don't think we need to use our Invis Cloak here. I think we can save it. Keep saving it, but we keep end up not needing it. Again, I mean, taking 1 attack per 3, especially when they have 10 curses in their deck, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so sorry, the Diviner goes now. Actually, I think deck stacking is worth it here, right? Yeah, deck stacking for them is especially good for us. Alright, so we're going to use the bottom of Call of the Nether. On top of that, the top of Call of the Nether isn't really appealing here because we're already at 10 curses. I mean, it does give us some flips, which is bad, and we get to hit a lot of enemies, but still. We're going to use Call of the Nether as a default move 2 there because the bottom is garbage. We'll never ever use it. And we're going to use the top of Envision the Course, consuming the dark the Mindthief created for us, gaining 1 experience, our first experience. Reveal the top 4 cards of 2 attack modifier decks and put them back in the main order. So we're going to do the monster modifier deck first. Nice to see. Okay. Well, that's not exactly what we're hoping to see here. We're hoping to see at least 2 curses, but it's still good that we stack this, right? So, why? Because we don't want the Cragheart to necessarily have to lose cards. So what is the attacking order here? So the bones go before the cultist, good. So it's actually the bones which go next. So only 1 bones will be able to go here and hit the Mindthief. Otherwise they can't find focus. So there will be an attack on the Mindthief. We're going to have a +0 for that, that's a given. And after that the Spitting Drake will go. And we'll attack the 1-2, 1-2, but the Cragheart had lower initiative than the Mindthief. Again, not something you say often. So it will be Cragheart and Diviner with the Spitting Drake's attacks. So we need the miss on the Cragheart because otherwise the Cragheart loses a card. So we can actually stack the curse second, which works out much better than having had the curse first. And I'll just put the cards back like this. I'll remember that. It's pretty easy to remember that it's all +0s otherwise. Okay, or I guess we have 1 +0 left. Living Bones go, like I said. There's only 1 Living Bones that goes here and attacks the Mindthief. +0, so normally 3. How much we take? Spitting Drake goes. Going to get muddled again. But so be it. Attacks the Cragheart and then the Diviner. Curse against the Cragheart, so no damage. On the Diviner, a +0. So this is an attack at -1, so normally for 4, but Diviner is poison, so this actually makes 5. 4 health and 3 health for those 2. It's far from over. Alright. Cultist goes. Only this one left, and it actually died. It gets 2 damage and has nowhere to summon. Alright, we still got to deal with this Drake, unfortunately. but we have whittled the enemies down a bit. Kind of, right? How many enemies were in this room when we started? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've been fighting for 10 rounds, and we've effectively, I mean, we've actually reduced the enemy count by 4 with 9 rounds of fighting. I mean, stupidity of summoners. All right. Has to be a short rest. Can we afford to bring back Mind's Weakness? Mind's Weakness is an attack 3, plus we have the ice, so that's actually an attack 5. Oh, sorry, this takes 1 from its wound as well. So if we get a +1, which is pretty likely, we do kill the skeleton. Yeah, I think we can actually afford to bring back the Mind's Weakness. Alright. I mean, I don't love losing that, but again, I can't reroll with Mind's Weakness card. And I am going to take a long rest on the Diviner, I think. Kind of afford it here, I suppose. Not really, actually, because the Cragheart can't keep us safe. Nope, no long rests for you. Fighting calls. Alright, we just have to keep the disarm rift more than anything. Yeah, alright, that's fine. So we don't have our Boots of Speed at this point. We need to go at 13 to make sure that we get the disarm rift up before those bones attacking. And this means the Cragheart needs to be pushing this away so that it'll run back into. We also do need to kill the Spitting Drake. Oh wait, the Mindthief brought Mind's Weakness back, so we can actually stun the Spitting Drake. And active. Where are you? Alright, perfect. Works. We're just going to Endurance Potion here for the Diviner. Again, the Cragheart needs to be pushing away. That while gaining advantage. Yeah, I don't think this can attack before 21. It can go before 21. That doesn't really. The important thing is that it can't attack. And if the bones go before I go, that doesn't really change anything. I mean, I guess we disarm 1 less of them, which is a little bit unfortunate, but again, that's only if they specifically get 21. And I think it is nice to get disarmed. I mean, they get a 20. Ooh, vicious stuff. Not even moving, so in the end, I didn't need to disarm. Actually, I might just endurance it back. Hold on, I got Buenos though. Alright, back. So it is really important that we get a +1 here for the Mindthief, because I cannot afford to take this attack 5. Alright, so we're going to begin by using the top of the Mind's Weakness, activating it. This gives us an attack 3. We're going to consume the ice, so an attack 5, targeting Living Bones number 7. Go. Okay, well I guess we're safe then no matter what, but we got the kill anyway. We do 6, it has 5. Down. What's our goal over here anyway? Oh, number of times we use items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Missing 1. Like it was a little bit under. Okay, and then we use the bottom of Perverse Edge, creating a new ice, targeting the. Ooh, nice, that's perfect. I mean, really we only need a +1, but we'll take it. Do 3 damage, putting it down to 1, and it's stunned and wounded, so it will die. Alright. Whew. Man. Everyone had to carry their weight so hard in this fight. This is, I mean, this was a challenging difficulty at least, which I really appreciate. It's fun struggling. Fun when stuff isn't easy. Alright. The Diviner's up next. So again, the Disarm Rift does actually prevent the Frost Demons from attacking. I guess there's something to be gained from that. Definitely something to be gained from that, so I suppose that's what we're doing. So we're going to use... Well... no, because if I attack this one... Because I could immobilize them as well. Unfortunately, since I'm going before the Cragheart, if I attack this one, I actually take a boatload of Retaliate. So that's never the right answer. Alright, so... We're just going to use the top of Void Snare. I don't think I'm going to place... Yeah, actually, I guess I don't care about having this. So I'll remove this rift and I'll just put it like here, I guess, because why not? And now any enemy that enters a rift this round gets disarmed, and I'm just going to use this bottom as a default move 2 and Endurance Potion it back. I guess the advantage of moving backwards is that it's going to make... No, because actually the Living Bones aren't moving. So now it's better to stay. Then the 2 Frost Demons will be in front. Well, kind of. I guess they'll be there and there. There'll be one spot, but no, it's better to stay here. Okay. Cragheart's up next. We're going to move in place with Blunt Force, gaining 1 experience, giving ourselves Strengthen to counteract this muddle. We're going to attack Frost Demon number 3, and we are going to push. Blunt Force. Or, sorry. Brutal Momentum. Blunt Force, Brutal Momentum. Go. Ah, that's annoying. Oh well. We didn't miss on some clutch attacks, so I can't complain too much. So we push here. It gets disarmed. It's going to get disarmed again. Then we push this way, so it takes 2 damage. And we gain 1 experience. I'm not drawing the rolling push modifiers much today, huh? Okay, so now the Frost Demons go. One goes to here. One goes to here. And they get disarmed for this round and the next. Living Bones don't move, and Spitting Drake dies to its wound. Finally. Okay. End of the round. Just gonna quickly blow my nose again. Alright, back. So, what do we have now? We don't actually have any real way of attacking, unfortunately, as the Mindthief, huh? Because we can't attack this ourselves. We don't have our push, and we've lost all our ranged attacks. We need to attack something other than that. That's fine. That just means we need to go late. Because for now, this being here is preventing the Living Bones from attacking us. So we're going to need to jump past it. And we need to go late, so we're going to play our latest card, and we're just going to use ideally as a default top. Hoping that the Frost Demon... Oh no, they can't do that. That's not really good. Okay, so what is the Diviner up to? Well, Ethereal Vortex as usual seems pretty good. I mean, the curses don't do anything, but it's like there's a bunch of attacks, right? Yeah, we get to attack everything in the room. There, this goes there, this goes. Attacking everything in the room, generally a pretty good thing to do, right? Even if we don't curses that much, and we can just get an extra attack with this. Especially because we need all the ranged attacks we can get on these Frost Demons. I think on the Cragheart we're just going to long rest here. I don't have an action that I want to do here, and I would be happy to get rid of this poison. Neither of these are really doing anything. I can use Cataclysm here. Actually, true that I'm not muddled anymore. I do have Earth and I am strengthened. But Cataclysm just kind of sucks. I only hit 2 targets with it. I can't jump. No, I think it's just better to take this opportunity to get a long rest in. While nothing should be hitting us. Sorry, I have to blow my nose again. Alright. Works. Let's go. We're going to attack anyway. Living Bones go. They're shielding 1 and healing 2. So annoying. So this one loses that. Heals for 2. Heals for 2. 1 more shield now. Frost Demons go. No fire. Stay where they are. Lose their disarms. They also have a bunch of additional shield here. Also quite annoying. So, well, no, 2 shield. Alright, so then the Diviner goes. So we're going to use Ethereal Vortex first. So move all of our rifts to here. One Frost Demon, but then I'm just going to Frost Demon. Okay. All these are attack 2, pierce 2, so none of their shields matter, and curse. Just gonna give the 1 second. Alright, let's do Frost Demon 2, Frost Demon 3, and then Bones 3, Bones 9, Bones 10. Muddled, so these 4. 4. 0. Ooh, that's nice. 3, and we actually have to we'll use that heal too on the Cragheart. Cragheart's poison. On the long rest, we'll actually heal. Okay, so 4, 4, 3 thus far. So we did 4 here. Oh, 5 actually, because of the poison. 4 here. Miss here. 3 here. We actually have to reshuffle. One more. Okay. So 5. Beautiful. And like I said, we do good. Yeah, man, we've been doing some real damage with Ethereal Vortex in this today and yesterday. Definitely happy with that card. Okay. So now it is the Mindthief's turn. We're going to do a move 4 jump, creating dark, poisons everything to move through. Can't hit. I guess it's better for me to rejoin my allies. Go 1, 2, 4 like this. Additionally. And then from here. Oh, sorry. No, the Diviner still has another action. We have Sealer Fate as an attack 2, double crit. I mean, whatever, just an attack 2. Everything here has 2 shield, so we can't hit anything that's poisoned. Actually, that's not true. Sorry, get up on my nose. Alright, back-ish. So, yeah, actually, if I went here, then I would be able to attack this. It is really important for me to hit the Frost Demons. And that one's poisoned, so this is actually the most damage I can deal. One was already poisoned. It means the Mindthief won't be able to come back to here, but I think that's actually okay. Let's go to there. It's as a coin. Thing. And we'll do our attack 2, which is really an attack 3, because the poison on Frost Demon. Okay. So 3, 4, so 2 actual damage. Then the Mindthief goes. Changes our plans a little bit. So let's actually grab these coins, I think. Yeah, so this. Poisons you. This gives us a couple coins. Then we'll use the top of Silent Scream. 2 mini ice. And an attack 6 plus the poison, so an attack 7. 8, but it has 2 shield, so 6 damage. 4. Okay, and the Cragheart gets long rest. Kills us for 2. Lose. Honestly, just be Rock Slide at this point. It's just impossible to use Rock Slide. Well, no, actually, Rock Slide here. Can't place one here, unfortunately. Rock Slide here still has 6 damage. 6 direct. Not bad. I think we can generally do better than that, though. But it's true that's actually not bad. But I kind of want all my other cards. I mean, I wouldn't mind actually losing Unsavable People at this point, but unfortunately it's still in my hand. Maybe just an attack 4 is underwhelming. It is good initiative, but I guess we still have this for good initiative. Yeah, let's actually get rid of Kinetic Assault. Our 2 top melee attacks in Heaving Swing and Brutal Momentum are just better. Rock Slide gives us range, and then some bottom heals and a fair amount of movement. Nice. Again, Unsavable People would be my first choice, but unfortunately is not a choice. Alright, so I guess we're gonna... But if we Earth and Cloud too late this round, that kind of sucks, huh? It just makes so much sense to do this. We don't need to move. No. We've only got 2 lost cards, so we've got a 9-card hand. We can actually just use Unsavable People here and Endurance Potion it back. Because Rock Slide gets a lot worse if the enemies move first. I guess it doesn't get that much worse. This like goes to here. Maybe this even... I don't know. No. Oh, God. My nose. Sorry. Gotta blow my nose. Sorry. It's not that I'm actually overreacting in terms of the... Oh, gods. It's because it actually, like, burns on the inside of my nose. It's really, really unpleasant. All right. So how are we preventing them from attacking too much here? I guess there's not. How there's this spot to attack from still. Down there. Going invisible is not a bad idea though. At all. So we should probably do that. And we can just finish with this, and then next turn we can stun and use this. Yeah, this works. Again, there is always ice. Okay, so what is the diviner up to? We used the mobilized rift. Doesn't do too much. Well, it prevents an enemy from making it to here. Do a lot. But other tops don't really do more, so I think we can probably do that. I guess with like this card, chance maybe this won't do anything, in which case we can just do a little deck stacking. Okay, so the Mindthief's up first anyway. We're going to begin by using the top of Cranium Overload as a default attack, targeting bones number 9. We're going to consume the ice using our Frigid Blade. Okay. That recreates ice. No, they're creating ice anyway, so that's fine. No. Alright, bones down. And then we have the bottom of Phantasmal Killer creating a new dark. We do move to loot 1, which invises us. Where do we want to go to? I guess if we run down here, Cragheart has boots again. We don't though, so we can only move 2, which is a little bit annoying. We would get hit. I'm just trying to figure out how we take as little damage as possible. See what they're all doing at this point. So this has minus movement, so free movement. Sorry, I really have to blow my nose again. Well, I think regardless, the Mindthief should do this here. It gets us this coin over there, which is nice. And it also doesn't put us any closer to where we want to place rocks. And also, we actually can place a rock here now if we want. Gets us 2 more free damage. It does 2 damage to the Mindthief as well, but I think that's maybe a fair trade. Because it's so hard for us to damage these Frost Demons. Alright, so the Cragheart's up. We're going to create Earth, gain 1 experience. So no matter what, we're always dropping a rock. There. There. Damage there. I think we should also drop a rock there. Look how claustrophobic this is. Insane! Also does 2 damage here. And then we have the bottom of Unsaved People, simply the default move 2. Oh yeah, I do need a 3rd rock. Good call. Yeah. Matter. Yeah. So what can the diviner actually do here? I don't know. I guess deck stacking is better, and just moving like a move teleport with shields is probably fine. At the same time, that's going to be a lot of attacks though. Both the bones are going to attack the Cragheart. And one of the Frost Demons. No, I guess not necessarily. If the Cragheart runs a bit and we teleport a bunch, shouldn't be many attacks. Go to here. Yeah, alright. So we're going to use the bottom Unsaved All People as a default move 2, plus use our Boots of Striding to get a total of 4. 1, 2, 4 to here. It doesn't work. Well, I guess we teleport to the other side then. Yes. We can't get hit on the diviner. I guess we have to go here. This sucks because that means one more thing's gonna get a hit. Ugh. We can just go a tiny bit further. Ah. Gotta blow my nose, sorry. Yeah, the placement of this really sucked, because in the end now both of them are gonna get to hit the Cragheart. Cragheart's only at 6. We can't even really afford that. But we don't have a choice. Also, it's gonna be 2 attacks, Living Bones on the Cragheart. The Cragheart moves to here, then the Frost Demon will go here, and the Living Bones won't hit the Cragheart. But the Diviner is in trouble. What if we place the rock here, then? Go like this. And the Diviner can go behind. Yeah, that actually works. Alright, this rock actually does help. Okay, so then we do 1, 2, 3, 4 like this with the Cragheart. Then the Diviner goes. So we're going to use the Top of Envision, consuming the dark, gaining 1 experience, so we get to stack 2 decks. Let's see. Well, I'm also just going to do a move, so I'm going to teleport 1, 2, 3. I guess here is better. Think of it further away. I gotta blow my nose, sorry. Alright. Again, Bones 3 will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Yeah. And we'll attack the Cragheart twice. We'll have 2 shields, so that's kind of okay. And then this has 3 movement, 1, 2, so it won't be able to make it an attack. This works. Alright. So we could stack the deck for their attacks here. We don't really need to, but I don't really care about stacking our decks at this point so much. No, it is. I mean, no matter what I should stack the Mindthief deck, the question is just whether I should stack the Cragheart deck or not. Probably. Probably still better. Same time, stacking their deck. I mean, I know I have a 0 on top, so I'm only getting to see 3 new cards. I guess I don't mind just getting that 0 and getting 1 other card, whatever it is. No, because a +2 does actually lead to losing a card in the Cragheart. Only specifically a +2. That's so unlikely. No, let's stack Mindthief and Cragheart. Alright. So, what are we doing next turn? We're attacking with this and we're attacking with this. Oh, Lord, my nose. Which one first? Only the move first? So in that case, we want the disarm first, and then the other one to be a giant. How big can we make that then? Consuming ice, +3 here, and we get 8. That get us up to 11. Plus poison. Yeah, that would actually let us kill this, right? So let's see. Let's do the math. Again, this is 4, +2 from Mind's Weakness is 6, +2 from Ice is 8, +1 from Poison is 9, so we actually just need 2 more. So in fact, what we can do, we can put the rolling +1 here as well. So we get the disarm, the rolling +1 on the 0, which we'll do with the bottom move 3, attack 3. And after that, we'll get the +2 on the top of Frigid Apparition. Finish off this. There should be a Frost Demon in range. Yeah, we'll go here. Yep. Works. Alright. Top. Attack Cragheart. Okay, well, happy I stacked here. So how are we attacking? What are we using to attack next? We don't have an attack 4 anymore. Right? Most we can crit is for 3. He has 4 life left. 9. This bones will be here. So if we crit on a 6 on it, and then we push into the wall twice, 6 is 5, and the wall twice is 4. Yeah, that does actually one-shot the bones. Still have brutal momentum? We do. Okay. So we might as well just take the crit, and then the other things don't really matter. We're only going to make the 1 attack. Back however I want, and put the top like that. Alright, beautiful. Oh, I was supposed to Endurance Potion this back. I had already mentioned that, as usual. Okay. And here. New information at this point. Okay. Well, I guess there was the deck stacking information, but like I said, I was going to do it. I'm distracted. Okay, so this bones goes 1, 2, 3. Actually, it doesn't make it. Did we move correctly? The Cragheart was here. Diviner was here. Cragheart goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, the bones moves through the 1, 2, 3, 4. I was just thinking of this being an obstacle before because of the disarm, or sorry, the mobilize rift, but here it's actually not. Okay, so now it is going to attack twice for 3 into the Cragheart. The Cragheart has 1 shield because of the bottom adventure side. +0 for 2 damage. 3 damage. Whew. Oh, cutting it close, huh? Then this living bones 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. No, we're not going to have anything to get range with, huh? The Frost Demons go. One can't move. Here. Only 3 movement, so it can't reach. Alright, I'm gonna blow my nose again. Alright, back. Ish. Alright, the Cragheart needs to go before the 20. So we basically have to play this for momentum. Execute on the front bone. Alright, well in the end, if we stay back to attack this, we don't get to attack anything with Dark Frenzy, so I guess we're just going to come down, finish off this bones, and this Frost Demon. That works well enough as well. And the Diviner, yeah, again, we're just going to play our 2 cards. They at least do something. Okay. Goes. So, ooh, oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Huh. That's really annoying, actually. Unfortunately, we can't prevent both of them from attacking this round. How much range will this have? 3 range? 3 movement? There. So I would have to use my Invis Cloak now on the Mindthief. Oh, God. This is not when I want to use this. I want to try to save it for the last room to be safe in finishing up the last room. But it doesn't look like I have the option. This attack does way too much damage. I mean, this is an attack for 7. I guess if I had deck stacked them and I knew there was the curse coming, then I could deal with it. Facing is so inconvenient. Not having enough range here. This rock! All these rocks! Damn you, Cragheart! You're in your stupid maze of rocks. Riffs. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Diviner just can't do anything this round. Well, that's not entirely true. No, we can't move out of the range of this because the Mindthief has to be down there. Yeah, I know, we have the net. Oh, we could reach the net up to here. Yeah, that's a good... But it doesn't change anything because it still reaches there. I was thinking of the net here, but the problem is the Mindthief has to move in range of this one. And so the Cragheart and Diviner can move away, but then this one still hits the Mindthief if we don't kill this one. And if we net this one up here from where it is with +1 range, it still hits the Mindthief here. Yeah. And the Mindthief has to go here to hit this and hit something else. Otherwise, I mean, so the Mindthief can... Well, actually, we can't even kill this one anymore. Not even an option, because otherwise you take too much retaliate because we have the bottom go first. You know that the bottom won't kill. So we could go here and disarm this one and kill this. But then this one will hit us. Or we can go down here, kill this one and kill this, but then this one will hit us. And in either case, netting other one, which isn't killed, doesn't change anything because in either case they're always in range of Mindthief, unless we use the Inviscloak. We can't use the Inviscloak and not take damage. It's just it's really costly to have to use. Be forced to use the Inviscloak here. It's so dumb. It's such an unfortunate thing to happen, but there's no real way around this, unfortunately. I mean, we could hope for a lucky flip down here. No, it's actually basically impossible. I mean, it is impossible. We can't get 4 damage. Minor. Some shielding. It's true that we could just go here and shield the Mindthief from this attack, and then it'll only be effective 5. So no matter what, it's never killing the Mindthief then, because even at +2, it only ends up doing 7. We have 8, and it could just draw a miss. We also got this bottom, which does... How does teleporting, switching positions with an enemy in range 5 change anything? Let me know, sorry. Oh my god, I think the bottom of Call of the Nether still doesn't... Well, it does, right? If we swap 2, 3, 4, 5, if we swap positions with this, putting it here, then the Mindthief can go here as planned, kill this, disarm this. The Cragheart can actually kill this, going here and hitting it. We're still going to get attacked by this Living Bones, but that's obviously not... I mean, that's an attack 3 rather than an attack 7. So, yeah. I guess that's fine. Alright, that gives us a line. Man, it's funny, I was just calling this guy. It's highly situational. Highly situational. This is the first time we've actually found an instance. So, and it's really random. Only so good because, I mean, look at what's happened. But anyway, move 3, attack 3, create ice. Creating ice is actually the real annoyance here. Calling Marcel... Well, I think Marcel wouldn't have appreciated me calling the bottom garbage in the first place, so I'm not sure he would have loved hearing this. But again, I kind of only call things as I see them, and ultimately, bottom is highly... But, I mean, whatever. I mean, I like Marcel. I like the Diviner. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, because I'm starting to, you know, kind of put thoughts in my head for writing the guide. I legitimately do enjoy playing the Diviner, and I think, for the most part, it is a well-designed class and a well-balanced class, and I actually think it... On average, the Diviner is better balanced than, in my opinion, I mean, at least for 3-player plus. Obviously, there is the 2-player asterisk, but we'll get to that in a second. The Diviner is better balanced, I think, on average, than base Gloomhaven classes are. And this isn't me sucking up, because obviously I just called one of the actions basically garbage. So, in either case, I'm going to speak my mind. It's basically like, to me, the Diviner fulfills the promise of the 9-card support class, that the promise which was made in base Gloomhaven, but not fulfilled. I mean, fulfilled in a way that is nonsense, right? So, like, this feels like a much more reasonably balanced 9-card support class, which I like. Like, I really do appreciate the design of this class overall. That's not to say that I don't think that there are some cards and some actions, as with most classes in Gloomhaven, that could be fixed. But I think the overall class balance is good, and I enjoy playing the class. So, even if occasionally there are these actions which get almost no use. But, finally. So, we get our attack 3 targeting the Frost Demon. With this, and this. So our 3 gets +1, ends up doing 4. Exactly enough to kill this Frost Demon. Then we use the top of Frigid Apparition. Consume Ice. Well, the old Ice. We actually still got one here. Turn this into an attack 8. Plus flip a +2. So we get a 10 on this Living Bones, which eliminates it as well. Okay. And the Diviner goes. So we're going to use the bottom of Call of the Nether. It actually gives an experience, too. We teleport to any hex and any enemy occupies within 5 hexes of you, and simultaneously teleport that enemy to the hex you occupy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, there and there. Ooh, you even get a coin? Man, talk about value. Alright, and then we're going to use the top of Protective Aura, gaining 1 experience and creating light just for 1 experience. Okay, so now the Cragheart goes. So we're going to use the bottom of Unstable Upheaval. Default move 2 here. No, we need this actually to, well, yeah, it has to go attack the Mindthief, not us, because we're 1 life. We actually need to move to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, so we'll go hit the Mindthief because the Mindthief was lower initiative. We move 2 with the bottom of Unstable Upheaval, and then we use the top of Brutal Momentum as an attack 3. With push, we will be using the push, targeting this Frost Demon. Flip crit. Our attack was 3 plus 1 from the poison, so 4, so 8. Down to 3, and then twice, so we can't push it. So we kill it. Stacking decks, pretty good, because we would not have been able to do this without the deck stacking. I don't know how many times I'll have to say that. 2 experience. Really have not seen those rolling push modifiers at all today, huh? And we're done. Living Bones goes, moves here, attacks the Mindthief, and can attack 3. Alright. Guess it wouldn't have mattered in the end. And the Frost Demons have melted. Whew. Tough fighting, huh? Alright. Definitely a long rest here. Certainly a long rest here. Even if there's 1 enemy left. It does have 9 health as well. So as for us, need to go to there. Don't have boots. Don't have earth. That can only be this, but we really want this afterwards. But it doesn't look like that's an option because I really do want to actually hit that this turn with Heaving Swing. This should do most of its health and damage. Do 2, 4, 6 plus the wound. I mean, it basically puts it dead pretty soon. Having to use this here suck though. That will move 3. I mean, whatever. We'll take our time a little bit while we're going through. It's better to get a better turn now and have to go through a little bit more slowly afterwards, I think. Also, we're going to need to do some healing at some point anyway, so. Alright, perfect. We're going to do a move 4 jump with Meteor. 1, 2, 3. I guess it also gets us a coin. I mean, we were getting a coin by going here no matter what. And then we use the top of Heaving Swing. Attacking the skeleton, we will be using the push. Goes. Nice. So, our 3 becomes a 5. It has 1 shield. So this does 4 damage to it, putting it down to 5. Push through this actually, I guess I'd rather just... So these 2 obstacles here. Does 2 damage each time. We gain 1 experience each time. 2 more experience. And it's wounded, so it will actually die before acting. Okay, Living Bones goes. Like I said, dies. Get long rest long. Alright. Go, refresh this. Go for 2. We will bring back the Mind's Weakness anyway, because we can use an Endurance Potion charge to get an extra turn here while moving from room. What are we getting rid of it? I think more than anything, we need to make sure we keep big movement, because we don't actually have a lot of that left. Yeah, we just got to move 5 and that's it. No, move 5, move 4, jump. Okay. We're good there. Could get rid of Silent Scream. Is it just a move 3? Yeah, honestly, that's what we should do. If we just kept that for the beginning of the scenario, even if it is a move 3, technically we can do... I mean, yeah, we actually do lose 1 movement this way by doing that. Right, because we can do like move 5 plus default top, return it with Endurance Potion, and then do move 4, and then move 3, move 3. Excuse me. But doing a move 2 loot is kind of like doing a move 3 anyway, because we can get 1, we don't have to go all the way to the chest, we can be 1 away from the chest and still loot it. It's kind of the same thing and just lets us keep a better card. Alright, refresh here, refresh here. I think we're still poisoned, yeah. The heal just removes the poison. And we can choose a card to lose. Definitely deck stacking while going from room to room. Definitely big move out, yeah. As usual, call it the Nether, although it did come up big time. So, what are we doing now? Should keep Cataclysm for after creating Earth. I guess we can just do the double heal turn here, and then do a giant move afterwards. We're going to miss out on 2 movement this way, but we get 2 more healing, and honestly we do need a lot of healing. 1 and 3 health respectively. Okay, so I guess jumping now is good for the Mindthief. Yeah, let's go do our move jump now, and we're gonna, the other card we play doesn't really matter, we're just gonna Endurance Potion it back. And by creating Dark now, we can actually immediately do some deck stacking with the Diviner. Diviner can also just teleport. Not. Same time, maybe I don't have to use the teleport, because the teleport later would let me set up some rifts. Actually, I can even do the ethereal. Oh god. Anyways, I can do ethereal vortex to let the Cragheart just skip a bunch of the room. That's nice. But then I could still just do that with Void Snare even. But I could still set up 2 rifts. So what if we do move 3, move 3, move 2? How does that work for us? In the end. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we easily make it. So let's just do this plus this turn then. Cragheart initiative can go after us. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There goes. So the Mindthief's up first. We're going to do a move 4 jump. Use our boots this turn or next turn. Doesn't change anything. Creating Dark. So move 6 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And we're going to default the top. Use an Endurance Potion charge to bring it back. Give ourselves an extra turn. Alright, we're done. So then the Cragheart is up. We're just going to use the top of Rumbling Advance and the bottom of Earthing Clod. Great Earth. Both targeting us, so we get a total of 6 healing. Bring ourselves up to 7, and we get a Bless in our deck. Okay, then the Diviner is going to go. So the thing is, we're probably going to get... I mean, we could do another turn of healing before we enter the room, having the Cragheart heal. So the person we're going to heal, we don't want to deck stack, because obviously we reshuffle that deck. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. Alright, back. So the healing is going to be most valuable in the Cragheart, because the Mindthief can invis a lot, since we still have the cloak plus our bottom invis. So we don't need the invis or the healing that much there, especially we're also on 10 health on the Mindthief. The Bless would be best on the Mindthief, but in the end, I think it's going to make sense that we're probably going to heal ourselves again on the Cragheart. In that case, we should not deck stack the Cragheart. Even though that's unfortunate, because we know we have 2 crits in there now, but still. So we consume the Dark, we gain 1 experience, and we're going to deck stack the Mindthief. So then the question is, do we deck stack the monsters or Diviner? And I think with 9 curses and 22 cards here, I'm going to deck stack the monsters, because just being able to know when I have some misses coming up for them in the near future is going to make it a lot easier for me to enter this next. Okay, so unfortunately we no longer have the ability to get past this, right? We don't have... I mean, we lost Empathetic Assault on an early short rest. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point, but as usual, we can try to use that on Perverse Edge. So it would be better to have that basically as far away as possible. Probably the sooner we get the muddle, it's not bad. Oh, some done. Alright, and then we deck stack the monsters. That is not at all what we want to see on the top of the deck, jeez. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to put this and this first, and then this, and basically just hope to, like, after they draw the curse and maybe the -1, then apply some curses into their deck to get a reshuffle. That is really an unfortunate thing to see on the top of a deck. I guess we've already gotten a lot of their bad cards out here, or a lot of zeros at least. Okay, and then we do the move 3 on the bottom of Seal of Fate. 1, 2, 3. Okay, round. Cragheart's gonna play these 2 cards. Mindthief, yeah, we do actually have to move all the way to the chest. 1, 4, no matter what. We don't have our boots anymore, so that actually means we have to use this. And go ahead and set up the Mind's Weakness here. Or what if we do 1, 2, and then we do loot 2 here. Have that much time still? Yeah, I think we actually do, because then we'll have the move 5 afterwards. Better. This way, like I said, the... Oh no, we have a 3. Doesn't quite work. Yeah, whatever. Not completely efficient, but there's no way to be completely efficient here. So we need the diviner to go before that. That's easy. We do this. Do this. All right, here goes. The Mindthief's up first. We're going to activate the Mind's weakness, and we're doing move 5 here. Getting a chest. What is in the chest? Chest number 73. So fair warning, we are going to be spoiling chest number 73. Random item design. All right. Just gonna grab it quickly. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel today. I'll set it aside. If it ends up being something that I need to worry about, be it. Interesting. It is something I'm gonna have to worry about in the future, but we're not gonna deal with that today. We need to make ourselves a note. So we ended up unlocking item 80. God, we are kind of crazily lucky. Let's write ourselves a note card. Kind of insane, actually. All right. Like down here or something. So we don't forget next time. Not going to deal with all that stuff today because, again, I'm dying here. Okay. Well, that was really fortunate. I mean, random item design is kind of a little unexciting, but when you roll well, you roll well, huh? All right, so now the diviner goes. So first I'm going to have to use dimensional divide. I have to use this, unfortunately, before moving. So I'm going to get rid of one of the rifts down here. I'm going to place a rift here. And then I'm going to use the bottom of the ethereal vortex. I gain 1 movement, I gain 1 experience. I do a move 3. 1, 2, 3 to here. And I place a character token on this rift and this rift, which treats these 2 hexes as they're adjacent for the rest of this round. There actually should be a round symbol on this, huh? It's actually missing. Interesting. I guess it was a space issue, but still. All right. So Cragheart goes with Cataclysm, consumes Earth. It's a move 6. 1, 2, 3. To there is probably fine. And that's that. All right. Diviner, I'm just gonna put some cards, just buying time here. While the Mindthief makes her way over. I mean, we're never gonna. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do here, but we're just gonna. And the Cragheart's gonna long rest. Alright, so Mindthief's up first, we can move 3. Gotta blow my nose again, sorry. Alright, back. Diviner goes, gains 1 experience, creates light. Is that better than having another rift? We'd only be able to create a rift here. We wouldn't be able to move them much. I mean, we're gonna focus the altar in the end. I don't know that having rifts here is actually gonna do much for us. I think I'll just take the experience. You never know. Alright. Cragheart gets long rest. Refreshes this. Heals for 2. Lose. Oh, my nose. So I think I want to do a double heal next turn. So what do I want to get rid of? Actually, I can get rid of Rock Slide at this point. That's not what we need in this last room. So here we can just do a long rest. Here we can do a long rest as well, because this way, like, we could just throw away our cards, but then we would have to waste another turn of not entering, or the Mindthief would have to like short rest. It's better to, I think, just long rest, which gets our boots back, which is 2 movement anyway, but it also heals us and lets us choose which card to lose. And then we'll just enter next turn. The Cragheart can spend this turn again doing a double heal. So this and this. While the other 2 long rest. Alright, goes. So we use the top of Rumbling Advance, again healing ourselves. We can use Earthen Clod to heal. I mean, the Mindthief is going to get 2 healing from the long rest, so we'll be up to 12. I don't really think we need to heal there. We could heal the Diviner, but I think the Diviner can easily enough avoid getting attacked. I think I'd rather just put all the healing onto the Cragheart. So we'll do 6 healing on the Cragheart, up to 15, and throw in another Bless. Great Earth. Okay. So, long rest here. Normally we're supposed to bring back the Mind's Weakness here, but I don't think I want to. I want to run in Guns Blazing. Boots, yeah, I can make it to the altar immediately. Yeah. I did kind of want to get rid of this, but in the end, I actually need to keep it because I need to get rid of that miss of mine. Otherwise, I guess the Diviner can just maybe try to put the miss further down by deck stacking again after some other attacks, but I don't think that works so well. Because we can't actually put it to the bottom, we have to hope to hit the crit first, I guess. Actually, we've got reasonable chances of hitting the crit. We draw all these cards first? Yeah? Alright, so let's get rid of this. We're just going to try to focus down that altar, and that doesn't help us that much with that. Alright, Diviner. We have to deck stack this turn. Fine, though. Oh, so during the Mindthief's long rest, we're going to use our mana potion and create dark. Help the Diviner do her deck stacking. Yeah, honestly, if we have Vortex at this point, doesn't do much. We're not going to create that many rifts in here. We don't care about hitting that many different targets. Okay, so what is our plan? We never used the net. Oh, we could have actually used. We should have used the net. Yeah. Well, we just have to use items one more. I'll blow my nose again. Sorry. All right, back. So we want to deck stack before the Cragheart goes, but after the Mindthief goes. Cragheart with 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We can run in and immediately hammer the altar with Blunt Force. We do have Earth as well, so we can even just use Cataclysm to move here, because we don't care about AoE attacks. So yeah, go like this maybe? I guess like this works. Then the Diviner can even hop into this. Save this for next turn, because we want them to draw the curse first. Okay, and the Mindthief is just going to run in with this and do 2 attacks because we want to get both of our good modifiers. It allows us to get rid of as much stuff as possible to increase the chances that the Diviner can find crit for us so that we can get rid of that miss. Alright, here we go. So Mindthief's up first. We have a move 5 with Cranium Overload. 1, 2, 3. Are there any special rules to read? Yeah, kind of. The altar has 6 plus C times L. So L is 6. I guess L is actually 7 now. We will give our rewards as if we're 7, so L is 7. C is 3. So we have 21. Really? That's it? No way. So again, L is 7, because we give ourselves a reward when we increase the... Alright, so to explain this in a more coherent sentence, I'm trying here, really. Basically, when we play with increased player count, because typically in solo, here playing at 7 would really be 6, because you always increase the level of monsters and traps without increasing the level of the scenario, basically. So normally when you're facing level 7 monsters solo, you're actually on level 6 scenario. But here, since we increase the difficulty, again, after 7, by increasing the player count setup to 4 rather than 3, we actually give ourselves rewards as if we're on. So like last time when we did 6, we gave ourselves rewards as if we were on 6. So we did 6 with 4-player setup, which is really more than one more difficulty higher, which is basically our way of accounting for the solo. We'll say the solo bump. So here it is actually level 7 scenario that we're doing. So yeah, we have 3 characters. So 3 times 7 is 21 plus 6 is 27 health. Really? 27? A full 27 health? I mean, I guess the scenario is not supposed to be difficult at this point anymore. You already got through the hard part. 7 health? I'm not going to bother with setting up the health of these things. A whole 27 health? Alright. Anyway. What are the Frost Demons? There is ice, by the way, right now. There is ice everywhere. So, we have 2 more movement. 1, 2. And then we're going to go ahead and use our... we already did. Because we long rested, so the boots should have been refreshed. So then we use our boots, because we just resting literally. So 2 more movement. 1, 2. Sorry, I have to blow my nose again. Alright. So we make it to there. Shall we invis? Is the question. I mean, if we invis, we're just redirecting the attacks to the divine or to the Cragheart instead of ourselves. Not sure how much that actually helps. Not a ton, right? But it prevents us from exhausting. Why not? We'll invis. Cragheart's a bit bulkier than we still has 5 more health and 1 more card at this point. Oh, a couple more cards actually. Okay. So we use the top of Corrupting Embrace. Doesn't matter when we use the ice. The ice is going to add 2. We'll use it on the first one. So we make an attack 5 followed by an attack 3 because this thing can't be poisoned. So the second one isn't a 4. So attack 5. Because of the ice, which gives us +2 here, so 7, and then attack 3, +1, so 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. Whole 27 health. 16. All right, we're done. So then the diviner goes. So we're going to begin by consuming the dark, a bit of deck stacking. So we're going to deck stack for the divine, or for the Mindthief and the in our experience. No, gain 1 XP. Okay, well that's not great. But yes, it should still be like this. Let's keep putting that off. Cragheart, really love to see a crit here. Less. Full crit. Oh well. Alright. Well, again, we'll just take the most damage we can. And still, even though we're not improving our attack a bunch here, knowing that we were able to deck stack here for the Cragheart gave us the sense of security or safety to use the top of Blunt Force without having advantage. Alright. So we're going to do a move for teleport, or teleport 4, shield 1, effect all allies within range 3. 4, I guess, to here? Yeah. So this one will hit us, but 2 will hit the Cragheart. For 3, love that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, here works. The Cragheart will be there, then they'll all hit the Cragheart. Okay. That's how we like it, when everyone's hitting on the Cragheart. Big Cragheart, you. Alright, so we're done here. So then the Cragheart goes. He's going to use the bottom of Cataclysm, consuming Earth to get a move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And this way we draw Fire of Everyone. And then we're going to use the top of Blunt. Oh, no. Oops. Cataclysm was not the move we wanted to use here. Anyway, we use the Cataclysm as a move 3, plus Boots of Striding. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to use the top of Blunt Force, consuming the Earth, gaining 3 experience, performing an attack 8, targeting the altar. With a +2, so we do 10. Oh, 27 health. Bring it down to 6. Generalist means it's everyone's side. It's true. Alright, so this goes here, this goes here. They're all ganging up on the Cragheart. And yeah, there's no way they can hit 2 targets. Mindthief is invisible and can't hit Cragheart and anyone else. They create ice. Their attacks are all for 5. First one misses. Second one gets a -1. 4, except we have 1 shield, so 3. Third gets a +1, so negating our 1 shield and doing 5. Alright. That's the end of that round. So now we just want to go invisible again on the Mindthief. This way we can't possibly lose while bashing the altar one last time. That's for us. Maximum experience. 3. That's for us. Also just attacking the altar. Don't care about gaining experience because I don't want to get level 9 with the Cragheart, although I think I might end up doing that regardless. Not even attacking. Okay. Anyway, Mindthief's up first. We're just going to use the top of Dark Frenzy. Ice. So attack 2, attack 4, plus the ice is 6, 7, 8, 7. So we do 7 to the altar. Altar has 6. Altar down. Okay. There are no additional rules. The monsters are not attacking this round, so we don't even have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm leveling up on the Cragheart anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I won't bother to do any of this stuff, which would give me experience. Here I will gain experience on the Diviner, that I actually care about. So let the record show that we have also now used the top of Seal Their Fate once. Just for clarity. We'll make some attacks with Void Snare. I'm not going to flip for them. I have them in range. It doesn't matter what the attacks do, and I'm going to use the top of Seal Their Fate. So I just gained 3 experience here. Alright, blow my nose quickly. Alright, back. So, that's the end of it. We unlock some... hello, Cauldron. You're just in time for me to take off. Sorry, but I am dying here. Not just, but... So, our reward is a party achievement. I'll write that down. I'll try to get the snares the next time. No, I should do it now. I always forget them. Still hot? No, it's not the hot. It's I have bad chronic nasal allergies, but most of the time they're fine because I have prescription medicine that I take twice daily, which normally keeps it under control, but sometimes I just have these days where I wake up and it is just... I've had to pause and mute the stream probably like 30 or 40 times already to blow my nose repeatedly. It's really annoying. Alright, so Shrine of Strength 15, Nightmare Peak 46. So I'm really only going to be able to do one scenario today. I actually, normally on a day like this, I wouldn't stream, but I had missed 2 days this week, so I really wanted to make sure that I made it. I'm sorry that it is going to end up being shorter. I thought that it would be longer, but not much I can do. But we had a fun one here. There was a moment where I did not think I would win, which is satisfying. I do appreciate that. All right. 10 experience each. Let's go ahead and add those in now. 10 experience. Leveling up, maybe you make it? I don't think so, fortunately. Alright, so we do count the rewards as if we were level 7, as I've explained before. So 18 experience and gold is worth 6 each per coin, so 18 gold. Oh, I guess I can say that I used the boots of speed on the last round. I wasn't even paying attention because, like I said, I'm really distracted, but this was the last round. There was no reason not to have used the boots of speed, which would have given me my 10th item use for professional. Again, I just wasn't paying attention, and I'm sure you all can understand that I am extremely distracted here. So yeah. This one didn't succeed. This one didn't succeed. Did you move in the last round though? I have Boots of Speed. I don't need to move. Boots of Speed modifies my initiative, not Boots of Striding. So on the last round, I could have simply said, no, I bought the 2 Stridings on my 2 other characters. So I could have simply, made my initiative 10 earlier at no cost whatsoever. I also actually attacked with, what's it called? The thing. So I could have used the goggles. I could have used the weighted net. I had plenty of things that I could have used. I just wasn't paying attention because by being distracted for the 10,000. Oh my god, I get a little. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, because of having to do that repeatedly, kind of forgot. Still gonna give it to myself because, like I said, I obviously would have just done that. So we got a check mark. We got our money. We got 11 experience here, so 29 experience total. Yeah, not quite enough. Did that correctly, I think? Yeah. That's fine. We'll have one more scenario at level 8. Here, well, I mean, we're obviously making it to. And that's for money. We gain 6. Over here, gain 30 money, right? Yeah, it's 6 each. 30 money. How much did we say we needed for the any element? I think it's 225, right? 150 plus 75, yeah, 225. Oh, we're only 7 gold off. Oh, it's so close. All right. Well, we got some stuff to look forward to. So, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not going to be doing 2 scenarios today. I do have to do the Cragheart leveling up, but I will. Yeah. On Wednesday when we come back for this campaign, I will do the Cragheart level up and buy this item. I mean, I'll do the post scenario stuff then because, like I said, it was a struggle to make it through this far. It really was. I am sorry that it's like this, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. Roll what we can. Yeah. So I do apologize for not having been here Monday and Tuesdays last week, but I will. There is something. I don't know which it is though. All right. I'll be here Monday this coming week. I don't think I'll be here Tuesday. So I'll be here Monday and then Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday for sure. Pretty sure Monday as well. I don't think there's any reason why I wouldn't be. But not Tuesday. So on Monday it'll be the regular campaign. On Wednesday and Thursday it will be this campaign. We'll be nearing the end of our streaming schedule. And yeah, that's it. Sorry once again for pretty annoying today for everyone who watched, and I do appreciate you sticking it out. Pretty annoying for me as well. I am sorry, and I look forward to being back in better form on week, especially next Wednesday, to continue this campaign, because I am really looking forward to getting to level 9 finally with the Diviner. Also, I mean, we're going to get to level 9 with the Cragheart, so to explain this a little bit, well, talk about it more the next time, but basically, I didn't want to play too much at level 9 with the Cragheart because of how silly Blind Destruction is, but we don't have the Prosperity 4 item. We're intentionally not going to use backup ammo, even though it really is correct to use backup ammo with Blind Destruction. We're going to try not cheesing it too much. It's just still going to be like another tool in our arsenal, and it is going to make scenarios easier, but, you know. Anyway, all right, that's it. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much. Sorry again. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.